Hey there, it's Adam aka Swimming Bird, and welcome to the first ever Splatfest of Splatoon 2. This is the Splatfest world premiere. The game isn't even out yet. It's a week until the full release, but we have a special demo, an early Splatfest. I think this is a great way to do another test fire before we get into the main game. So here we go, and I'll say right up at the front, I do have the full version, thank you to Nintendo, the product provided by Nintendo, because although this is a demo, we will talk about the full version, and I'll answer any questions that you guys might have. No spoilers. I'll probably focus on multiplayer mostly. No story mode spoilers or anything if you're worried about that. We will go into different things like the new specials and stages and stuff. So anyways, let's get right into it. Inkopolis Square, even though we barely know it, there's a plane going overhead. We are gonna see it at night already. So here we go. Y'all feeling fresh out? No. Y'all feeling fresh out there? We're off the hook. Coming at you live from the middle of Inkopolis Square. So this is the new Inkopolis Idol duo, Off the Hook. Pearl on the left, Marina on the right. She's an Octoling. Don't ask about it. Alright, which is better, cake or ice cream? Head over to the Splatfest terminal and pick a side. And the Splatfest stages are... Blam! Starfish Main Stage. Night concerts at Starfish Main Stage are the best. And I love the track they spin during Splatfest. And then, Marina, the statue's eyes glow at night. I swear I saw them glow. Pretty sure those are just Judd's and Little Judd's eyes. They're watching from the top of the dorms, I guess, judging the battles. I love their banter, just like the Squid Sisters. Don't get cooked, stay off the hook. Okay, so yeah, this is the new duo, if you haven't seen them yet. Very popular already. Not necessarily replacing Marie and Callie. Marie isn't around here anymore. She should be somewhere here, though. But here we go. We got jellyfish bouncing on Inkling's heads. The cream of the crop. We got Macho Man there with ice cream. Krusty Sean over here. He's rocking out. He's still a big fan of the Squid Sisters. Let's look around the plaza real quick. Look at the amiibo box is glowing. There's so much Splatfest art on the scaffoldings. This is crazy. Nobody's skateboarding right now. Everyone is focused on the concert over here. And we'll walk in and zoom in a sec, but first I do want to see. Look at these little guys dancing in unison. I love Lil Judd. I hate to see him win, because that means the other team wins, but he's too adorable not to love. Look at these weird lava lamp glow sticks bubbling. They're wearing the art on their back like a blanket, like an actual concert for idols and stuff. That's really cool. This little guy is just going crazy. He's so pumped to be here. He's going to be doing that for 4 hours. So we're going to try to do the whole 4 hours. And if you want to watch, a higher quality version of this later, there is going to be a video. And, after the stream, I will upload that. But for now, we are live here. And, yeah, the stage is above where you would normally go in to do battles, which is kind of cool. Merch is down here as well. This is the new little sea urchin that helps you with your gear. Looking sly. What are you doing? There's a party going on, and he's doing Squid DDR over there. And yeah, if we zoom in on the stage, though, it really zooms in so that you get to see the duo. Try to get a good distance so we can really see them. There we go. They've got their own choreography and stuff, just like Callie and Marie. It's kind of a rap DJ duo. I compared them to Charisma.com, which is a really good band if you haven't listened to them. But we've got Pearl rapping and Marina, who does sing, but she's manning the keyboards and everything and the turntables. Okay, so let's get into it. We got 2 brand new stages to check out, and the really nice thing about this is that it's gonna have the actual rotation from the main game. Every 2 hours now in this new one instead of 4, you get to have new stages. So we'll have 2 for the first 2 and then 2 others for the last 2. Just a heads up, you won't get money, experience, or super sea snails for playing in the Splatfest. Also, save data from the Splatfest won't carry over to the full version of Splatoon 2. If you participate in online battles, your nickname and gear... Yep. So we're okay with that. So this is more just like a fun way to battle. I might start out solo, but I'm going to be able to jump in with teams. This is a new mechanic for Splatfest. You can have your team from your friends list. So let's get into it. We do have the 4 sets from the previous gear, the different weapon sets from the Splatfest, or test fires, rather, sorry. And they're actually a little different. The dualies now have the set that the Splattershot had before, and this is the Tentatech version of the Splattershot, so you might notice some things are a little different. Let's warm up with the dualies. we can't change our clothes during a Splatfest. So we'll jump into it. That's the gear screen there, where you can change your appearance and everything. And I will start with my favorite of the new weapons, the Splat Dualies. And I think this is one of the better sets to start out, especially too, because burst bombs are very easy to help you get around and quickly ink areas if you need to climb up walls and stuff like that. The dualies don't have the best range to them. And the Tenta missiles, probably my favorite of the specials actually, because you can just kind of spray and pray, you fire and keep going, whereas a lot of the other specials you have to really focus on using them. Whereas, yeah, the Tenta missiles will help you out, kind of mess with your opponents, and you can get right into the battles. Okay, so yeah, the first two stages here. Starfish main stage, one of my favorites already, and Inkblot Art Academy, another very nicely balanced stage. I've noticed a lot of them, obviously the center is the most important part, that's where most of the turf is, but there's a lot of side paths to go around, especially you'll see on Starfish main stage, you can be really squirrely and kind of weasel your way around. If you're an Octobrush or Inkbrush user like myself, you can kind of sneak in and get around. And I know, most players want to try to get into enemy turf so they can ink behind them and sneak up behind them, but certain weapons benefit from that more than others. So hopefully we'll get a battle here pretty soon, and we'll get into it. There we go. Doodle, our first buddy, Doodle. And so Team Ice Cream, if you haven't been to a Splatfest before, it's two teams, Cake versus Ice Cream this time. In Japan, it was Rock versus Pop, which was already a Splatfest in Europe, so they also got Cake and Ice Cream. I'm on Ice Cream. Marina is great of the two, but I also really just like Ice Cream better than Cake. And yeah, so you can tell which team is typically the more popular of the two because you'll match up against your own team, which these are kind of skirmishes. You get experience and things out of them, but you are not going to actually get points towards your team. It's more just kind of a fun way to keep things going. It's not going to affect the full outcome of the Splatfest. And now you'll notice we'll have weird colored ink here that we will not have during most of the cake the cake battles are going to be pink and that kind of blue color that we saw with Pearl and Marina. They're like default colors, so it works well to everyone's going that way. They might regret it. It works well to have those colors set for. Someone's coming up here. There they go. Oh, I gotta get out of the way though. If I'm not careful, they're gonna get me. Let's see if we can get this guy before he. Oh, jeez. I thought he got out of the way in time and splatted me. So yeah, the more popular team is probably going to have more of the fights in the long run, but at the same time, we need to get out of the way here, since they're going to get tenta-missiled. But ultimately, we should get some more cake matches, and the new point system. So we still have Splatfest power from the last one, but we have a new point system, which involves popularity, as well, just like, popularity and wins are both factored in, but now there's solo play, what I'm doing right now, versus team play, so those wins are tracked separately. Kind of interesting, we'll have to see how that goes. I love this green ink in the night, looks really good. This main area here in the center, this tower, is going to be very key to doing well. If you want to hold it, see if we can get around. Oh, nope, I gotta get out of here quick. Since I've got somebody following me. Nope, they got over to the tower. Now look at that sculpture. The tower, you can jump to it from your side area on the top of those little crates, and it is going to be something you want to be holding down. A little tougher with a short-range weapon like the dualies, but we'll try to get back in here and see if we can stop them. They're already pushing into our turf. Team Ice Cream, love to see them do well, but hate when it's not our Team Ice Cream. But they're all bunched up there. Hopefully that's going to work out for us. I got to get out of here. Oh, no. Walked right into some turf that wasn't going to work for me. If we can get this guy. There we go. Nope. Oop. They ran out of ink, luckily. So I gotta get a little bit used to the rolling around. The big thing with the dualies, if you haven't seen them before, is that they have this tactical roll. It uses up a bunch of your ink, but it does make it easier to get out of the way, and then you also get a nice quicker stream of ink going that you can use to splat people faster. Get another one of these. Oop, we got two. You really want to try to target as many as you can with the Tenta missiles, because if you don't, a little bit of a waste, since you have so much you can. Oop, they went around this way. If I can take him. Nope. Man. I was like, see if I can take him out before I get swooped on, because I got somebody following me too. This is going to be a rough little ending here if we're not careful. I'm going to try to jump in just because we're down to the last few seconds. Someone's going to go after me. Yep. Right in the green. We got a little bit more, but I think that's going to be the other ice cream that takes that one. Yep. Lil Judd. He's so cute. And he seems to grow a little bit. He might be jumping into the camera more, but he looks bigger when he wins, like he's trying to show up normal Judd. All right, good warm-up match. We had some rough play. We had a balanced team of weapons, but some rough splatting on my side. I'm gonna try to queue up with you guys though, so if you are added on Switch, definitely jump in here. If you're not, there's the friend code in the description. You can look under my Twitter handle and everything if you want to join. Oh, there we go. Look at all these people. Let's just jump with the first guy here and try to join his team. Okay, so yeah, we have different scoring systems going on here, and then the maps I mentioned, the two that we're currently playing. Later we're going to have Humpback Pump Track, which is my favorite new stage name. And that's like a BMX track, almost like, not really, in style it's like Black Belly, but it's not really in design. And then the other one, Moray Towers, the remixed, redone version of Moray Towers is really nice looking. It has ink rails that you can ride on to get around. They function differently from single player, so it's kind of strange where in single player you can grind on the ink rails and shoot. In multiplayer, they work like the old ink rails from Splatoon 1, where you have to be in squid form to stay on them. And we got to get 2 more people in here, hopefully. Oh, you know what I should do? If we can go back, I think I realized people might not be able to join me as easily if I'm in a group with someone else. So let's create a room. That's what I need to do. Then you guys can jump in. Okay, there's going to be a lot of dualies, especially early on as people try out the new weapons if they didn't get a chance to play the test fires. This is the time when a lot of people are going to jump in and try to play the dualies. So again, we're starting out as a fanboy, but eventually, hopefully, we'll be Ice Cream King, which has got to be a nice restaurant name, or a place to sell ice cream. Hopefully, we'll have some people jump in here. I saw about 60 of you guys online when I jumped in, and I tried to add as many as I could, so I do apologize. Someone said, I wish he looked at the chat, but he doesn't anymore. I proved you wrong. I do when I can. But in matches, obviously, I cannot read the chat because I don't have a third eye to look over there. But I try my best to read it when we're waiting for matches. Might have to do solo play until people realize that I'm trying to start a room here. So let's just jump back into a normal queue because nobody's jumping in immediately. All right, we'll try another match. And yeah, we got a lot of people playing, but their rooms are filling up so quick. We could try joining one more other person, and hopefully they've got buddies to jump in. All right. So yeah, I'm excited to show you guys the other maps. Humpback Pump Track has so much turf that you can ink. It is very easy for someone to swoop in and ambush you. The center is going to be very hotly contested, I think more than almost any other map because there's so many ways to get in there. It's going to be really interesting to see, once chargers are played strongly. That's one thing that I can mention in my, pre-release playing of the game with other reviewers and YouTubers and stuff. Not many charger players out there, or not many people that want to take a charger into turf wars at least, and that has made it a lot easier for me to actually play and not have to worry about that. But once the full game's out, you know how many people in Splatoon 1 play charger and are so good with it that I think it's gonna be a little rough to deal with some of these open maps, but again, they have a lot of side areas, a lot of places that you can kind of maneuver around. I want to thank Joseph. He's using the super chat feature. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate it. Trying to scan through for questions here while we're waiting. Hopefully, we'll get one more person and jump in. Ursula is from the Test Fire stream. How you doing? Let's see. Accept my friend requests, says Zack Attack. Fortunately, we're in the middle of going, so I can't now, but I tried to get as many as I could before we started. I just played my first couple rounds of Salmon Run right before this. The timing was kind of crazy, because, this is going to be a big stream with a lot of battles, so hopefully I don't hit fatigue, but yeah, this is looking rough here. I think I'm just going to do solo for a while, and then later in the stream I'll jump in, try to get teams going, because it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to get people as easily that way. Okay, so let's get into another match here. Hopefully we'll find a team cake. But that will happen with these if you have one team that is predominantly very popular. Ice cream, I think, for most people, tends to be something they eat more often than cake, so I think it's a little more beloved. But between the two, they're good. I don't have anything against Pearl or Team Cake, but I know a lot of people are not a huge fan of Pearl. With the new, I almost said new Squid Sisters, Off the Hook, the new band, they kind of have a similar relationship with that Manzai, like, comedy duo. The straight man, funny man, one is seemingly not as smart and one is more belligerent or whatever, but it's weird, the personalities are flipped. So with Callie and Marie, you see Callie's very friendly and energetic, but she's not as, she's a little nicer, whereas Marie, a little more reserved, but very snarky, sharp with her jokes. And it's kind of flipped now where Marina, the new person in Marie's position, is a little bit more, she's more reserved, just like Marie, but she's a little friendlier and nicer, but she does kind of quip back at Pearl, whereas Pearl is very energetic, just like Callie, but she's more kind of, it seems a little bit more snarky in some ways, where she's a little more ornery, because she's the more aggressive lead in the band that kind of is out front rapping. Okay. But anyways, yeah, we're having some trouble getting into battles, so hopefully we'll find one here. Seems like so many ice cream that typically this would happen in old Splatfest. They'd say you need to, or you trying to join and fight another team, they would spend a little bit trying to find the opposite team, but if they can't do it, then as like a last resort, they'll put you against your own team. But yeah, for whatever reason, it's not letting us connect. So, well, this is more time I have to chat with you guys, so in the meantime here, we will try to get this going. Also, the other thing with the test fires and the Splatfest, there we go, is this is the time for the developers to test out, really stress test the servers, so if this type of stuff happens with disconnects and things, they can try to fix that before the main game. The weird thing about playing the pre-release copy is Turf Wars in Splatoon 1. That's mostly what I've been playing. Usually that's super easy to get into in Splatoon 1 because there's so many people playing. Your lobby fills up almost instantly. Whereas when, you only have a handful of people, it took me quite a while to get into some matches during that. So we are Team Ice Cream, but we're using the Team Cake colors here, which is kind of bizarre. We got a pretty good balance of weapons. I think most people use the first test fire to try out the dualies and things like that, so they're ready to move on to what other weapon, they want to use a little bit more. So, of course, this first early rush part, some of these I can't ink, these uninkable ramps, obviously. This first early rush part, good time to get your stuff going. We got a charger against us, so now I actually have to be cautious of that. This is the good time to get your stuff going, though. There we go. Get your special built up, obviously, because you don't want to. You want to be firing that Tentamissile pretty quickly so you can stop people while they're trying to move in. Now, it looks like there's multiple chargers, which means I'm going to have a rough time here dealing with some of them. I'm going to try my best. If I can get a little bit more ink, I can get my Tentamissiles and maybe take out one of the chargers. Get him, get him, get him. I got to be careful, too, because obviously the splatter shots, they out... Ooh, I missed him. The splatter shot out ranges me by quite a bit, if I can get. One thing I really like, we haven't really seen it yet in this game, is that we have assist splats, which are very, very nice for your self-esteem, and it tells you if you've helped out to get a splat. They give you that nice, it's not the same icon with the exploding, like, ink around someone, but it is similar enough where you can tell, you helped out with the splat. It's basically telling you, hey, you got a nice assist. Let's see if we can get this guy out of here since he's hanging out up top. Throw that down and try to target. You want to get, usually, at least a couple before you fire it off, otherwise it might be a waste. There we go. Tentamissiles are working out well. It's moving in. Try to keep this as covered as possible here. They're really pushing them, but also it looks like they might have gotten into a bad way. It's actually hard to tell with the light here between the blue and the pink. It almost looks like a mixture when you have that going on from the top there. You drop down, see If we can get him in time, though. There we go. So that was the assist logo. It doesn't have the same look to it, but you can tell, hey, I helped out. I actually hit on them enough to splat them. So, and another thing, when you see the results again, you can notice it shows you how many times you've used your special, but it does not. Ooh, jumped right into that one. It does not show you how many times you've died. So it's focused on how many splats you get, how many times you've used your special, stuff like that. There's the new map screen, which takes a bit of getting used to, but I think I'm mostly, okay with it now. We got to be careful because the center. We're in the last few seconds here. If we don't get the center, we are gonna lose out, but I think we're covering this enough. My team picked up the slack as I got splatted. Turf Wars. The name of the game, obviously, is covering turf, so you die towards the end of the game, especially those last 30 seconds, that could be the whole match gone because they can cover the center. Has a little bit of luck and chance to it. Yeah, sometimes you can stay alive the whole match. I got 6 splats there. And some of those were assists, so those count as well. But sometimes you can stay alive the whole match, and then you get, splatted right at the end, and it's unfortunate because they just kind of push in. So Turf Wars can be a little random seeming where you could be doing super well, and you make one little slip up. Not random necessarily, but you have to be playing really well, and there is that chance and switch of, not switch, flip of, can't use the word switch anymore. The flip from, first to last, it almost has like a Mario Kart element is what I mean, where somebody could, pop a special, throw that spiny shell out, and get the win. Okay, so I have not had the chance to play much ranked because, people have to level up to level 10 to get ranked, and ranked mode is, not as, the lobbies aren't filling up as fast with that, especially because Turf Wars, sometimes it's hard to get a lobby in the pre-release period, but ranked has those new, the same modes from before, but new factors to them. We'll get into that. If you want to, yeah, Salmon Run, I should talk a little bit about that because I just played that, and again, I'll take questions here if they pop up. I see a couple of people want to see the roller, but yeah, we'll switch to that next. But yeah, the Salmon Run mode, that was the thing I think I was most anticipating. I had a lot of fun with that just before we got on the stream here. And I'll have some footage of that later and stuff. I can't talk, a ton. There's certain things I can't talk about. And certain things I don't want to talk about, obviously, because I don't want to spoil stuff. Here we go on Starfish Main Stage. But I will say, Salmon Run did live up to my expectations. I'm very excited to play more of that. And the timing, the big thing people were worried about with that mode is how frequent the timing would be. But it seems to be something where they're going to happen maybe a couple times every weekend or so. So you don't have to worry too much about running out of time to play that mode. It seems it's gonna be a more frequent sort of Splatfest event sort of deal. Let's see if we can get a little bit inked there. We want to get the main stage going. Ooh, let me hit this real quick. I'm in a bad position here. All right. Ooh. Let's see if we can keep playing while I deal with the stuff that's going on. We got it. Oh, okay. Well. We got a roller rolling over me while I'm trying to pay attention to the stream thing at the same time. Apologies. All right, let's get back into it. Go, go, go. So yeah, this stage, there's so many areas you have to be watching and making sure, don't get inked. You can head up this side area, certain stuff like this. I have to learn all the uninkable things, but you can head up this side, and there's this little nest up at the top here where you can really hide some beacons and stuff like that. See if we can get some of these going. Try to defend the main stage. That's the name of the map, obviously. There we go. But yeah, that side area is, ooh, man, I got rolled again. E-House is just, he's a very opportunistic splatter where he gets me whenever I am focused on something else. He manages to take me out, so good on him there. Alright, let's see if I can get back in. I really have to pay attention because he's doing the old, just roll around, which usually isn't that effective of a strategy, but when you are not paying attention, obviously that can work pretty well. There we go. There goes somebody. So yeah, we can go up here. There's a lot of little ways you might not be able to, realize immediately are viable. You can kind of go up here. I think somebody was going around this way originally. I wonder if they got splatted. I don't know, they kind of disappeared. into the ink. Interesting. There they are. Oop. Ah. Oop. Got me. Man, double rollers here. So, one thing I should mention, the new ability there, the main ability on the Splatfest t-shirt is new. That's water. It is the double, it gives you double whatever your sub-abilities are. So it's a nice way to kind of balance the t-shirts out. You're not getting any bonus from the Splatfest t-shirt by default. But whatever your sub-abilities you unlock, it doubles them. And that is only going to be an ability on the Splatfest t-shirt that we are using here. So you don't have to worry about getting that and, you know, losing out on some of your stuff. There we go. Great, I'm going to try to fire this off last second here. We have a few seconds left. There we go. That team, it seemed like they maybe were learning how to play a little bit, but at the same time, they were still able to catch me a couple times with those rollers. That's why you got to be careful. But yeah, the Splatfest t-shirt, it's not giving you the quick respawn, or I think Special Saver was the default ability before. And there we go. Just like that, we are an Ice Cream Fiend. We have ranked up. And I don't know if we can we change our weapon in the lobby here when we're not playing with friends? We'll find out. Otherwise, we might have to drop if I want to switch to the roller. Okay. So yeah, so someone is struggling a little bit with the European Splatfest, where they would kind of have trouble. So after this next match, I will try to bail out so we can get a new weapon. So hopefully this one works out a little better. We had a rough hiccup at the start there with getting a match going, but we're getting into it. I don't think we have faced a Team Cake yet, though. From my recollection, the only time we saw that pink ink was when I was using it. So hopefully we'll get some here. It seems like maybe 70-30, maybe even more than that, is the split for ice cream to cake. From what I've gauged from people talking, lots of ice cream lovers out there. Okay. King Plays says, anyone else think Pearl is ugly? So Pearl, she's that, you know, the little pink squid. She's supposed to be younger, I think, than Marina for sure. Even though Marina's very like reverent to her, she's like, oh, you know, she calls her senpai in the in the Japanese stuff. So she might be older than Marina, maybe, or just more, you know, skilled, or not skilled, but more experience in the music field. But she has that archetype where I think she's supposed to be like a little princess. She's got her princess crown. Her Japanese name is Hime, which literally means princess. She's got that smug kind of design to her with the little eyebrows and the big forehead. Like, that's a purposeful design thing, but I know a lot of people are like, man, she looks like a little gremlin. But she's definitely growing on me. Ooh, we got the cool, I love this green ink. This is probably the coolest looking ink so far from the Splatfest colors that I've noticed. But one thing, yeah, I'm already noticing from the stages here, when you're learning what what surfaces are inkable, there's obviously a lot that you're not going to be able to ink when it's metal, like this part right here. But it's a little tougher to tell when the lights are shining and the Splatfest is, you know, booming, what is inkable and what isn't. So it's a little, hopefully that's something that we don't struggle, or, you know, I don't struggle with in the future here. But we'll learn the stages and learn, you know, I've only played on these a handful of times. But yeah, that's what I like to do. When the enemy is rushing in for their first, you know, onslaught, you kind of hit him with the old, let's see if we can get this guy. He's hiding around here. There we go. You hit him with that tenta missiles, you know, to kind of thwart their progress. Doesn't cover all that much turf, but at the same time, it is very handy for disrupting, because if if you see me get fired on, that happened a lot in that first match we did. You have to actually move out of the way to avoid that. So if you are in a clutch position where you're not able to get out of the way, then you're gonna have to deal with that. They just I'd rather jump in the water than die to a team ice cream comrade, they said as they dove in. Let's see if we can get a couple of them here. So they're respawning. That's a good time to throw that out, because they're trying to focus on getting in, and then, you know, I feel a little bad using some of these tactics, but they're not gonna go easy on me. I gotta give them the full force of an ice cream fiend. We're doing pretty well here. Always, you know, because I can't just look down at the map and easily... Oh, man, I thought I had him there. Because I can't look down at the map as easily, and tell what is going on. We don't have the gamepad here, obviously. It's not the Wii U version. You have to be careful and oh man. Well, I thought I got hit by his jet. Alex is giving me some trouble, but we should still be okay. You have to be able to hit X and quickly, you know, pop that map back up so you can see what is what's happening there. There he goes. Hey, buddy. See ya. Where'd you go? Oop. He went down. There we go. All right, we got him. Just got to be careful because while Alex was goofing around there, we might have lost the center. Good job. All right. We definitely do not want to lose the main stage. This is one of the easier levels to remember where you should be focusing a lot of your ink, obviously, on the main stage. Oh, do they have a charger? Yeah, I haven't seen much from the charger so far. You can also tell, one good thing that I really like is that, you know, unlike the last game, it's very easy to tell who has what weapons because you look at the top, tells you all the weapons of both teams. Who has a special, they'll have a rainbow color glowing, very useful feature. Alright, so we're going to dip out of this one and switch to the roller. I think we did okay with the dualies. I haven't been using my tactical roll as much, but I feel like that's almost like a last resort because it uses up so much ink. Or if you really got the drop on someone and you know you'll be able to roll in and get them, then go for it. So it's really weird seeing everybody level 1, but that's how it's going to be the whole time here. I have to remember when we do get Starfish or Moray Towers, the roller has a really cool, or the dualies have a really cool ability on that stage that I will try to show off. All right. Someone said, do you think the Tentamissiles charges way faster? You can actually see the points for special. Oops, man. I meant to show the other weapons. You can see points to special, and I think one of them is slightly easier from the specials that I've seen. So we have Inkjet is the one that it takes slightly more, because that's almost like the equivalent of the Inkzuka in this game. So that's all I've noticed for the specials. They're all 180 turf, and I think Inkjet is the only outlier with 190. But because the Tentamissiles I think they seem really to fast charge, you know, really quickly because you typically have them on weapons that cover a lot of turf, like the dualies. So that used to be the special on the splatter shot, but it is the new dualies one. And then I think the old dualies set is on there's another one called the Enperry dualies, kind of like the Crack-On Splat Roller. It's another brand version. I think it has the Inkjet and the Curling Bomb. So if you want a different set, there's always that. Ursula says Adam shall always be a brush god. Definitely not one of the best with the brush, but that is my personal, you know, favorite weapon. And the Octobrush is a weapon that you can get pretty early in the new game. It unlocks at level 10 when you get ranked mode. So I was very happy to see that, and we've seen little bits where it's, you know, featured in single player and stuff. So it's getting the focus more. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened to the ink brush. There is promotional art, like renders of Squid Kids, of Inklings holding the ink brush. There's one that I know of, so it's got to be in the game. All the weapons are returning, they said. I haven't seen it yet, so it's probably going to be added later on or a very late unlock. Of the new weapons, I do want to try. There's so many variations that I'm like, I haven't tried the Flingza roller, which seems to have a better vertical flick, but maybe not as good horizontal. It's really weird looking. It's almost like the Dynamo and the Carbon roller had a baby, or were fused or something. And then the Dapple dualies. I'm really excited to try that variation because it sounds like you're able to run faster when you use them because they're lighter, which is kind of cool, but they don't have as good range. You know, the range is not as far, and you have to deal with your dodge rolls being very, very short. So this is the time when you got to try to say, hey, I'm the roller. Please let me roll here. Roller's got to roll. All right, let's see if we can get up here. I love how the ink seems to drip a lot better in this game as well. I forget what my sub is. It's a Curling Bomb. Throw that down there and hopefully, oh no, it bounced the other way. Man, I'm gonna have a tough time with these Squid Kids down here if they're really going all over the place. There we go. Let's see if we can hit them. Ah, man. I should have used my splashdown there maybe, but I had it at the last second. Or just waited until they were ready to go. and land, because they use their inkjet right out in the open, which is, you know, don't typically want to do that. Try to be careful here and go up this wall, because I know they're pushing in. Oh, nope, they got the ink. What was that? Stingray, sorry. That is really, really rough to deal with. That's not going to reach. I have not used the curling bomb very much since the test fires. It's probably my least favorite of the new sub weapons, so not as used to using that. I think this is our first cake battle. I might actually try to jump in and see if we can get... I can hear someone coming up, though. Let's see if we can jump in and do one of these. There we go. Got two of them. Nope. Oop. There we... Man, barely survived that. See, the lights are so bright here, it is very tough sometimes to tell. It's such a shiny color on all this. I hope my teammates kind of cover a lot of this, because I took out 3 of them. Hopefully that's enough for my team to get in here and do some work for me. Oh, out. Man. Ah! Got caught by a bomb. They all came back for revenge. So yeah, this is rough. It seems like my teammates might be a little more shy to get in there and try to fight. And they are a very aggressive team that we're facing, so we're gonna have a really rough time here of actually making it in to... That's what I wanted to do. The curling bomb, I know it has its uses, but I'm definitely not a fan of that because you have to deal with the... Oh, I thought I had my special. Nope. Might as well throw it out, I guess. Ah! I thought I had it, but it was so close. The curling bomb, you have to time the explosion with right where they're going to be. Definitely not. I think that's my least favorite. My favorite of the new sub-weapons is the auto bomb by far, because that is really nice to track people, even if you're not going to get that much damage from it. Oh, man! Got caught between them and couldn't take either one out. This Team Cake is, they seem to be... We're solo queue, so this is random people, but I feel like their skill level was way higher than the average on my side. Oh, that wasn't Team Cake, it was just Ice Cream. I get confused because we were playing against Pink, but nope. Still Ice Cream versus Ice Cream. So yeah, you can tell the average level, skill level, even though they're all level 1, you know who has played a lot of the first game and who hasn't. And of course we're gonna get new people in here, so gotta roll with it. Alright, let's see if there's more in the chat questions and stuff. The other new weapon, the Brella, I think I can touch on that briefly. The Brella is going to be added in an update, and I'm really interested to see how that plays out, because it is basically like this shotgun with a little bit of a wider spread. It takes a couple hits to splat, but it's pretty quick to fire. It's not too slow. And the big thing is when you hold down your firing button after you fire it out, you open your umbrella, it blocks a lot of shots, but if you hold it too long, it fires off and kind of goes really slowly. It can leave this trail of ink almost like a seeker, but is much slower. So it's a little, you know, you can throw it out into enemy territory. It'll go for quite a while, and you can follow that path, but you are going to be able to outswim it very easily as a squid. So it is better used as a way of blocking shots, and it seems like it would be able to block a couple charger hits, which is pretty crazy. I have not seen the umbrella actually break. It's just I've held it long enough to have it fire out. So yeah, it can block a lot of ink. It's just not all that strong of a weapon, and it's more close range. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, you know, it might not be the most useful for everybody, but if you have trouble with chargers, I think that's going to be really good to have this way of popping up a portable shield. You really have to have good timing to be able to throw the Brella, you know, open right when it is needed to actually get, you know, get the coverage that it provides. But yeah, I think at the same time, it's going to be one of those things that once people get good with it, of course, just like the dualies, once people get good with it, then it's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Almost. Whoop. Whoop. Man. Throw one of those down there, and hopefully... Yeah, also you have to learn the timing with the... Jeez. Man, right there! It's too far down. There we go. You have to learn the timing with the curling bomb, where you have to hold it longer if you actually want to get the explosion closer to you. Get out of here. Lucky they didn't fire at me again afterwards. Where are they hiding? See if we can throw that right there. Oh no! Ah! Throw this down while they're too close to actually get out of the way. Yeah, the curling bomb, I almost think I'm better off just saving my ink. I gotta practice with it, but I really don't like the, I don't know, that's something I could see them bouncing a little bit. It just doesn't seem as useful in a lot of ways. It does bounce around and has some function to it. It still does damage when it hits, just not as much as it would normally be able to do. Are they trying to scrabble up here? Where'd they go? Let's throw that down, I guess. Let's see if we can hit them. Gotta be pretty close with the roller to hit, of course. So, one of the roller variations you guys might want to, you know, be happy to hear is the crack-on roller. It has returned, but with no Kraken in the game. It's what you would expect. So the Kraken and the Bubbler, all the specials have been replaced, but the Kraken and the Bubbler actually have very distinct replacements in this one, which is really interesting. We've seen, you know, the ink armor is on the Splattershot Jr. We've seen a little bit of that in previews and stuff, but it is, let's get out of here. The ink armor is basically the Bubbler's version, or the new version of the Bubbler, where you can block a full death's worth of damage to protect yourself. Oh man, they were so close there that I thought I would hit them. The vertical does not do as much damage typically. So yeah, the ink armor, you can use it, spread it to your team. It has a little bit of startup, so that is a nice balance change because of the Bubbler. If you could pop that out instantly, meant that you could protect yourself from stuff that you probably shouldn't be able to. And then the ink armor, yeah, it only lasts a little bit, so you have to be very careful with how you use it. See if we can get up here, and everyone's jumping at me. See if we can get a good final push here. And jump up and get down. Here we go. Throw that out. I don't know if we got enough. Well, I noticed my team was not inking our own area that much. Look at those big blind spots. And they got a lot on the sides, so I feel like they probably got that. Yep. Unfortunately, we had the control of the center a lot, but my team, for whatever reason, wasn't pushing as much as they could. Okay. Panda was doing real well there. Let's see. What was the... Yeah, we have not gotten a cake versus ice cream battle. So, that's very telling about the popularity, of course. We'll do one more with the roller, and then I'll switch to something else. But yeah, the ink armor, I really like it as... If you like the Bubbler, you know, this is going to be the thing to use. It's on a couple of the weapon sets, including the Splattershot Jr. that you start with, just like in the first game. And I think it's just nice that you can still beat someone that uses ink armor. You can hit them enough to, you know, knock that armor off, and then you basically have to kill them twice to get the splat. But it's doable, so it's not super overpowered. The startup is really nice because you can't just, you know, use it and get out of whatever. Now, the Crack-On, I mentioned, it still has the beacons. The Crack-On roller has those beacon sub-weapons. Those are returning. A little tougher to jump to because you have to kind of mouse over, or put your cursor over them on the map screen. There's no shorthand for it, like with players. Oh, we got a cake battle. Okay, I gotta focus. But the Crack-On has the Baller, which is this new plastic ball you roll around in, and you actually roll pretty fast, kind of like a Kraken, but when you want to explode, you hold down the fire button, and it will charge up and explode, almost like a splashdown with a bit of a radius. So you have to be, you know, timing that correctly if you want to actually get the splat on somebody. But it can save you because it does protect, again, a certain amount of damage. Not forever, you know, it's not going to help you forever, but it does save you at times. Oh no, we're in a bad way here. I keep running out of ink with my my roller because I'm trying to get a lot of turf, which normally if you're playing a ranked battle mode or something, you don't have to worry too much about turf. Let's see if we can get this guy here and this guy here. Ah, took each other out. All right, get in there. So yeah, on the map screen you can hit up, down, left, and right. Down goes to spawn. But you can use that to super jump in. Probably should have gotten some of the side areas, but that's okay. Try my best to get in here, and maybe I'll do some reconnaissance into their turf, because they seem to be hanging out around ours a little bit. So let's see if we can get up here and get some of this and mess with them. Throw that down there and try to take them out. Ran out of ink. This is a good time to jump and use a splashdown. If they're close enough. There we go. Almost. There's too many of them. Oh, Dylan, he was a little behind me, but I wonder the latency got me there. If I timed that splashdown better and was a little closer, I probably could have taken him out. But unfortunately, I think our whole team wiped. This is going to be really bad for the ice cream side of things. And they're going crazy with those missiles. There we go. I finally got someone with the curling bomb. Again, not my preferred sub-weapon for sure. Got somebody jumping to me even though I'm right near spawn. Sometimes it's, you know, you want to find a safe haven to go, but at the same time it's trying to also, yeah, you got to get used to it with the new roller, jumping and then flicking to get the timing of the jump roll, or no, what am I? The vertical splat, and then of course the other way around if you want to get the horizontal now, like we're used to. I'm gonna do this, and look out because I know someone was down here. He jumped back. Some experienced players in here knowing to jump out of the way. There we go. A little bit of a delay there. I got him. Okay, careful, careful, careful. Try my best to roll, roll, roll. And here they come. Whoop, nope, oh my gosh. I was too close. Otherwise that might have gotten them a little easier. Alright, let's see if we can get enough here. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna throw that out because I need the recharge. I need the recharge of my, there we go. Ink, come on. Oh, look out. Yeah, I don't know. They started to take back the middle, but we had into theirs. I think we brought that back. That was a little rough there. My ink conservation, not so great. I get used to, also, when you get abilities, you can put stuff like ink recovery up, ink saver main. You get too used to that, then you know, deplete your ink way too fast. But there we go. Got an official win for Team Ice Cream, and we're almost about to rank up here. So if we get another one, we should go into the third rank. So yeah, whenever the match is ending, definitely throw those questions up in the chat so I can try to answer them. So yeah, between the baller and the ink armor, I think the ink armor might end up being more useful because you can share it just like the bubbler. But the baller is still really cool. It's weird. The Kraken, you would stack swim speed up as an ability if you wanted to move your Kraken faster. Now I think if you put run speed up, you'd probably be able to run faster in the baller, which is it's like flipping the ability that you need. Unfortunately, I do think the Kraken is cooler looking, but the baller is still really fun to use and a good way to kind of push into enemy territory without fear. Okay. Cerberus says, I found your ink seems to run out really fast. Yeah, I think it is most likely just not having the abilities that allow you to conserve the ink. It is a lot quicker. I tend to use a lot of sub-weapons, but with this set, with the roller, I probably shouldn't even bother and just save my ink because while the curling bomb does, you know, send out a trail, not getting as many splats with it as I could. Someone asked if there's any bamboozlers, crazy, unreasonable, and weird cookie monster. They asked, are there any bamboozlers? I'm sure they will return. They've said all the weapons are coming back, but none that I have seen so far. One thing I really liked about the single-player trailer, and if you've seen Marie just in pictures, she has an umbrella, and I think just like Captain Cuttlefish holding his cane that's an old-fashioned bamboozler, Marie has an old-fashioned umbrella, which is like the new umbrella to block ink, so it's a nice little nod to that. Okay. Let's see. Can't tell when Splatoon 2 comes out July 21st, a week from today, I believe. No, a week from yesterday, so less than a week now. Splash Wall has returned. I did play one weapon set that had the Splash Wall. It seems like something you have to wait until higher level to unlock, because I did not get that. It was the Fire Fin Splat Charger had the Splash Wall and the Suction Bomb Rush, and kind of yeah, it was a little tough to build up the ink to get that Suction Bomb Rush, but if you're a Splat Charger player, having that wall is probably going to be pretty useful. One thing I don't know if has been mentioned before by, other people, the Splat Charger and the Splatter Scope. If you are a Charger player, previously, the scope gives you a little bit more of a zoom. Obviously, you get to, or a lot of a zoom. You can look real close in on your opponents, and you get slightly more range out of it as a trade-off from, limiting your field of view really narrow. But the new Splat Charger and Splatter Scope, the difference too, there's another difference. The Splatter Scope cannot hold a charge when you swim through ink like the normal Charger. So if you are someone who's going to use that new ability in Splatoon 2 to move around, you might want to stick to a Splat Charger instead of a Splatter Scope variation. And so they added that in as a way to balance that. Because, of course, the Charger, we'll get to a Charger later. I'm not great with a Charger, especially in Turf War. I'll be the first to admit it. But hopefully at T-Feast or whatever is better. But yeah, the Charger, being able to actually move around so much easier in your own, ink by swimming is definitely a big buff for the Charger. Some would say the Charger didn't need it. No. The Charger, I'm glad that they added that, but at the same time, Charger players typically are so good with it that it doesn't seem like they need it that much. Let's see if we can find so I have the Splat Bomb on this. This is the Tentatech Splatter Shot set, so this is not even the normal Splatter Shot that you would have when you first start out, but you unlock this one pretty quickly, I think at level 4. So it's one of it's the first variation you unlock, and it's one of the first weapons, even though you already have the Splatter Shot. I'm gonna jump in here and try to use my Inkjet, see if we can cover some of this. The Inkjet, I also noticed, something people might have already noticed in the test fire, but the range on it is not that great, so if you're trying to use it like an Inkzooka and fire it really far off to take people out, you're not gonna be able to do that. So you do have to be careful. That's what happens when I use my sub-weapon. I could have splatted them, but I didn't have the ink ready for it. Oh, there they are. See if we can get them in time. Man, these guys are so quick. There we go. This guy's going around the other side. Gotta be quick with him. Oh, I thought I hit him with the bomb. Man, hiding in the side. Oh. I'm gonna watch this other side while they deal with that guy, because otherwise we might lose a lot of this side turf. Hopefully they got him. Seems like they're doing okay. Someone's alive over there. There we go. Take them out. It's a good time to jump up and use my increased... Oh, unfortunately... Oh, man. I'm chasing them, but I need to be shooting where they are more than where they were. Unfortunately, the range on that, you have to be pretty quick with, or pretty accurate to hit them, which is definitely a nerf from the, previous Inkzooka, which is kind of a similar role, like I mentioned. The Inkjet is almost like the new Inkzooka. They're gonna jet around, but this is when I can kind of move up and lay this right here. Almost, there we go, we got him. Getting the timing for that can be tough. Get him, and then get out of the way, because that roller knows I'm here. Man, they are going all over the place. I can get up and stop the roller. There we go. That other roller's going in. Get him. Ooh. Using their splashdown. Ah, I ran out of ink. We just really need to get this side area here, so don't worry too much about that roller. Get all that center. Yeah, you have to really weigh your options in Turf Wars where you're like, is it worth chasing somebody down, or is it worth staying and defending the center? Because ultimately, that's where most of the ink is, typically. Can't neglect those side areas. Okay. Playing roller messes with my aim, where I'm like, okay, now I gotta actually aim a little bit better when I switch to a splatter shot, but I do enjoy playing the normal splatter shot. I've been practicing a lot more in the new game with trying to play weapons that are shooters that have more of an aim, because I know that's my big weakness. Coming off of Splatoon 1, I play so much of the brush that you can, not be as good with aiming when you focus on a weapon that's kind of spreading out a wide, coverage of ink. Okay. Will you do team fights? Oh, okay. So, well, the perfect timing there. Little young Playa asked. Let's go into team here. See if we can get a team going. I'm going to create a room. And hopefully you guys jump in because we just got booted from that other one, so that's fine. Hopefully I'll get you guys in here. So our ice cream power there, very strange to say. That is our Splatfest power, basically, you know. And that's, the higher that goes, the more tough teams we're going to be matched with higher Splatfest powers. It also increases our rewards. In the full game, there is a meter that seems, I think it's called the freshness meter, because it starts out dry, it goes to raw, and then fresh, and then super fresh. And it's a little different from Splatoon 1. Every time you win a battle, you get 1.0 on that scale. When you lose, you seem to lose at least 1.5, so you go down faster. So you gotta win a lot. It's based on weapon, and if you get to 5.0, 10.0, 15.0, each 5 wins you get, you will get this boost in gold and experience, a freshness bonus. So that is really helpful. It also encourages you to try different weapons because it's hard, you know, as you build that meter up, you get the, you know, you can't get the same reward twice with the same weapon, you know, if you've already earned it. So you go to other weapons, you play well with those, you learn how to do, you know, new stuff, you get more freshness, you know, stay fresh is definitely the motto still, even though they're saying, you know, don't get, you know, stay off the hook with the with the new band. But yeah, there's a lot of freshness to be had still in the new one. Okay, the special called the Inkjet is supposed to be a replacement for the Inkzooka. Yeah, Chow Walker's talking to someone in the chat. And the Inkjet is kind of a definitely a nerf in ways to the Inkzooka because it makes you a huge target, but at the same time you get a lot more of a, you know, flying view on the battlefield that you wouldn't get with the Inkzooka normally. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to get people to... oh, it says it won't let people join. And I wonder if it's because... Yeah, I think I know what's going to happen here. Let me change this. There's 87 of you online, so no wonder. I think it's because I probably appear offline. Display online status to all friends. There we go. And that should fix that. I apologize. I just thought about that. I'm going to create a room here. And try one more time. Yeah, everyone's like, offline, no, I can't join. We'll get a good match going, hopefully. Alright, see if you can get in. And, because there's almost 90 of you guys on right now, and most of them are probably playing this. So, hopefully we get a couple people in here. And then, oh, there we go, Mochi. Thank you, Mochi. Thanks for joining. And we also switch our weapons while we're in here. I'm going to stick with the Tentatech for now, though. But now that we're, you know, in a room with friends, we are in a different pool. Our points are going to count towards other people playing with friends. So hopefully we don't get destroyed by people talking over team chat and everything. I'm going to get some water while I check the chat here, though. Okay, we're ready to go. Everyone, once we ready up, we got a bunch of shooter weapons, 2 and 2 for the dualies and the Tentatech. Let's see. So you can have more than 100 friends on the Switch. Yeah, I think 300 is the limit. I have not hit that yet, so keep sending friend requests if you would like to join in future, you know, Splatterday Night live streams. Technically, that's what we're doing. It's Saturday. It's Splatterday, and you know, Splatoon comes out in less than a week, so you know. Get in those friend requests. I'll try to add as many as I can, and of course in the future I will, you know, clear out the list and do it, you know, fresh, stay fresh with the friends as well in the future. And I usually tweet out about that. If you know, are just tuning in, you've never watched any Splatoon stuff or any stream stuff I've done before, every couple weeks or so I try to get the old friends list refreshed. I used to do that on the Wii U, you know. And it took a while on the Wii U, so hopefully it's not going to take as long, even with 300 people, to pull that off. It looks like my team's doing okay, because we took someone out. But yeah, my worry with having buddies battling... Oop. Oh, no! Ah! Got Xander, and Mochi avenged me. I'm going to try to get some of the side area here, so kind of pay attention to where it needs to be covered, and quickly go. Some of this. There's a couple little paths here. This is a new stage for a lot of people, so yeah, obviously we gotta learn all the little paths. We have not seen Starfish main stage as often as I would have thought we would, so let's see if we can jump up here and Try to get this going. I could just kind of hang out in one spot a little bit and have it work okay, but ooh, someone was trying to kill me. Someone trying to krill me, but I got saved. Mochi, thank you. Ooh. It's a tough finger contortion to have your sub out and then try to throw your main weapon. So we can take this guy out and then take his buddy out. Oh man, the whole team is getting taken out. I think the reformed Bloop Troop is doing pretty well here. Good to see you guys joining in. Almost got both of them there. I didn't get it either. Yeah, how did that one guy got splatted before my bomb could even take him down. Let's watch the other side. And be careful, because here they go. Oh, they're getting out. There we go. All right. Typically don't want to push this far up to their area, but we could, you know, we're doing well enough that we can kind of keep them pushed back. But then they're going to do this and head to that side. So let's throw that down and maybe they'll go right in. There we go. Saw someone else over here, I think. Oh, careful, careful. It's rough to get out of this little nook once you're in it. So you gotta be quick. And then I got someone behind me. See if I can stop that guy. Oh, get back here. There we go. Alright. We're doing good. I'm glad to have you guys helping me here. It does seem like it's making things a little easier. So where are we going with these? There we go. Yeah, you have to be so accurate, and I'm not someone who's very good with a blaster in this game. Not good with a lot of weapons, I'll admit, but the blaster, you know, the new inkjet is very similar to a blaster in that you gotta have your aim pretty well, you know, shot to actually get the splat. But also, if you notice that last shot that I threw off with the weapon, the inkjet I was using, that special, it didn't actually cover anything because it was too far away. So you have to be careful where you're aiming, or you'll just kind of waste the shot. All right, geez. Thank you guys for helping me get that win. That was pretty decisive there. The hairstyles, I'm getting used to them. There's all these different hairstyles now. We have the 2 default ones from the first Splatoon, so you can still have the top knot with the Inkling Boy and the 2 long tentacles, kind of pigtails, with the Inkling Girl. And then this is maybe the time for me to try play a little Charger, because people are going to ask for it, I'm sure, while I have a good team going. But the new hairstyles, there's like a shaved head look that's kind of funny with the Inkling Boy. There's the one I'm using, which is kind of the box art, like up hair, closer to my real hair, so that's the one I'm going with. And then a side one that's a little bit longer version, but still has the top knot. And then the girls have a really long single tentacle on the one side, hair streaming down. They have the short version of the pigtails, and then a kind of bun on top. So it'll take a little bit to be able to tell them apart, I think, because the Inklings are so similar looking, but with all those hairstyles. And there's 3 different styles of shorts. You can have the little normal kind of wetsuit trunks, but there's also a skirt for the girls. There's kind of a weird kilt kind of half shorts thing for the boys, and then the baggy pants and longer pants for the girls. Let's see. Try pressing the buttons on the load screen. Oh yeah, so you can do some music remixing. Oh, it's not actually working on this lobby for some reason. Yeah. I wonder if you can't remix on the friends thing. That's weird. So normal lobbies you can use the face buttons and the sticks to remix stuff. We got somebody with a team tag there, so gotta look out for that. Let's see. All right, and then I'll switch to another group. So if you are trying to join, we'll drop out and get a fresh team going here. I'm saying fresh so much. We'll get another team going here for the next match, so you guys can, you know, join in if you've been waiting. Don't want to play with the same team the whole time, even if we are winning. Let's see if we can get up into a good spot. I do like that one nest, but I wonder if that's too obvious for a Charger to get into. Get that going. Try to get some of this inked. Oh man, this is gonna be a little scary here if we're not careful. Ooh, I'm gonna run out of ink if I'm not careful. There we go. About a stingray. Can't see where anyone is. Thought I saw someone down there. Man, they're all like out of here, so I didn't That was kind of a waste there. Ooh. Where are you going? Oh, almost. Ooh. Hey, buddy. Man, they're going around the other side. I'm trying to be careful here, but they're getting ouched. My buddies are getting ouched. Gotta be careful. Throw one of those down, and then get back to safety. Oh, I really messed that up. Didn't get that jump fast enough. Oh man, this is kind of a weird spot. Get out! Oh no, I'm in a real bad way here. Because they are all over this place. I can hold my charge, remember? I need to be pushing. This light is so bright. I don't know if it's the thing with you guys either, but not being able to tell what is going on. Ah! With the ink color, it looks like it could be pink or blue when you're under one of those spotlights, but I'll adapt. If I'm not moving weird in it, then you know that it's, it's fine. Ooh, I wanted to go up here with that, but it didn't blow up fast, or, far enough. Try to get over. Yeah, I know I'm doing my team a bit of a disadvantage by having me play a charger, but try my best here to take anybody out who's... man, I gotta focus more on my charges and not just kind of throw them out. There we go. Let's get my ink going again. And... Oop, careful. Man, they're way down here. We gotta take out the center if we're gonna actually get this. Yeah, this is real bad. Oh, where are they going? They got out of the way. The Stingray, if the curling bomb is my least favorite of the sub-weapons, the Stingray is definitely my least favorite of the specials. Man, not a great charger player by any means. I'm gonna get taken out here before I can take this guy out. They're just gonna kind of fling their way. There we go. That doesn't cut it, though. Yeah, for one thing, the charger, not great at inking turf compared to some of the other weapons. It's still not bad, but when you're a lackluster charger player like myself, not the best to throw in there. I apologize to the people joining me, but I had to give it a shot. Okay. We got a couple splats, but that's not what it's about in Turf Wars. Oh no, that was ice cream. Okay. They keep fooling me with the pink, but we're not the shade of bluish green that we need. Okay, getting a new team and definitely a new weapon. I figured I had to do that for at least one match just to show you guys that I am not a great charger player. Okay. Yeah, the Emerald Block says, yeah, the Splat Charger Stingray is a really hard combo. You have to be really good at ranged combat to get that to actually work for you well enough. Because Stingray, they definitely buffed the Stingray since the test fire. You can let go to move around a little bit more. It's still super slow, and it will show you where people are, past walls, so you can use that to find people and take them out behind walls because it shoots through stuff. But yeah, at the same time, it's not my cup of tea of all the specials. Okay, I played a little bit of charger in the full game, but not enough to get much practice. I'll have to keep at it. Let's see. Can I please get a hi? Says Squiddy Gaming. Hello, how are you doing? Hello to everybody out there. If you do want to leave a like or a thumbs up, I appreciate it. We've been going for a bit here. I've lost track of time because I've just been focused on enjoying the stream. But let's see. So we got a nice balanced team. Evan almost used a charger, but I think he thought better of it after what I did. I consecrated the charger. No. All right. Kenny wants to see a roller. We'll do at least one more with the splatter shot here, and then maybe I'll switch back to the dualies and make the rounds again through the weapons. Golden Gaming says, how do I join? Oh, we got Cake Defenders. We're a defender. I didn't even notice. We ranked up. We're ranked 3 out of 5 on our way to the top. So if you want to join, if you're already added, you can just kind of join me when I make a lobby between matches here. But if you aren't, I will, if you want to add me, the friend code is in the description of all the Switch videos and everything, including this one. Someone's flipping out. He's squidding out. It's Alex. Probably a different Alex from the one that was giving me trouble before. but still an Alex nonetheless. All right. So yeah, trying to remember, you know, some of these ramps, you don't want to waste your ink on them, obviously. Let's see if we can kind of move our way in. Every time I switch weapons, I have to remember, you know, what's the sub and special we're dealing with here. See if we can get that guy there. He's gonna drop. There we go. Typically with the inkjet, I'll focus on, you know, one or two, you know, one person predominantly. Just if I get one splat with it, then it's enough for me, because I'm not great with the range, you know, that type of setup. Let's get this roller before he gets out. He's getting away. Trying to just block the main way of entry. People don't tend to go around the side so much, but they have a charger there. It's going for it. We got someone right there. Is that charger still up here? I'm gonna be in trouble if they are. They might be playing it cool and pretending like they're not over there. Maybe somebody took them out for me. I appreciate it. Tentamissiles, again, so far of the sets that we're currently using, Tentamissiles my favorite, because it is, you know, not something you have to be that skilled with. You can just target and move on. Some of the new gear abilities are really cool, including special power-up and sub-power-up. And they have different effects depending on what you're using. Increases the range of damage, or can increase the reticle. Like for the Tentamissiles, for example, you can get a larger reticle on that thing. Let's see if we can kind of... Ooh, nice, okay. Didn't even need to do that. I could move into their turf here with this a little bit and kind of rise up, but you gotta be careful because it'll put you in harm's way, obviously. Okay, we're gonna try to keep this going. I got a little bit of range here, so I can kind of throw some stuff down, but I do have to look out for that charger. He thinks I'm going up there, but I'm not. Go. The charger's going around this side, making my life rough. Ah! Couldn't get a beat on him in time. Look out! C-Bot's coming up behind you, whoever that was. There's a lot of side turf. As much as we need the middle, there's a lot of side turf we're missing here. Squids and kids, we're gonna miss out on a ton of points. Ultimately, it will come down to who has the center, but I want to make sure we're not... Oof! Well, I don't know if Torch can't be watching. He was just knowing I was going that way. And we are in a real bad way, unfortunately, because they pushed us back. And that's how Turf Wars goes. If somebody gets you and you're in the last few seconds, and they have their special especially, they're just gonna take you out. Yeah, they all held on to them. They are a team, after all. They held on to a lot of their specials until the last second, which is a good way to push in and make it so rough to deal with. That's giving me flashbacks to Salmon Run, which is basically what you're gonna have to do in Salmon Run with all the bosses. They all have different specials, equivalents to specials, and when you deal with that all at once, it can destroy you. So yeah, so this is good practice for that, and vice versa. Okay, new team here. No offense to the Bloop Troopers that, you know, that battled with me. They fought well, Aiden and the rest, but we're gonna get a new team. All right, so get that going. So yeah, Chow Walker mentioning you can get a tiny boost of ink by pressing jump when you are flying with the inkjet. You can also go into squid form to dodge out of the way of stuff. I missed the other splatter shot because yeah, the inkjet again, I feel like it's a wasted special a little bit on me. Maybe I'll go with the dualies because again, I think my favorite is the Tentamissiles of the 4 that we have here. So I'm gonna go with the dualies. Hopefully that'll help us out a little bit more. Build up our our ice cream power. Let's see. Why do the bad guys have to be cute? Said Yola. I think he's talking about Lil Judd being so adorable when you lose. Unfortunately, makes you feel a little better. Also, one thing is the losing music is not as sad and like in your face, like "Bah, you lost." It still makes you, feel a little melancholy, but I think it's a little bit better than the original. Let's see. Lots of people asking. I will add more people later on, but I think we're at our limit now, unless I want to take a long, recess in the middle and have an intermission to add a bunch of people, but that wouldn't be very fun. Let's see. How are you playing this before it comes out? So Xenomorph, this is a demo. which is a one-time thing for the Splatfest. It's not 24 hours like most Splatfests normally are. It's only 4 hours. So I should have mentioned this right at the start, but this, if you're watching it as a video, you know how long this has gone. We're going to try to do the entire thing, at least until I hit King rank, which hopefully happens within the time limit. It could, very well not happen if we got to get these wins. Come on, Bloop Troop, let's pull together. I won't be sad if we'll do our best, because there's no repercussions for winning or losing, especially not when it's a demo. We got 45 minutes until the next map change setup, and then we'll be able to see the new Humpback Pump track as well as the remixed Moray Towers. So I'm looking forward to jumping onto those. But for now, we are sticking to these two. And oh my gosh, 4 Tentatex. Can you count them? One thing that's, if you're not coordinating or like talking, it can be very easy to accidentally ink a lot of the same area right at the start. And you always want to be going different ways, of course. There goes a roller. Try to get in here. I have a feeling this team might be pretty good at what they do, because they seem to have they got a lot of range on me, that's for sure. Oh, well, I think my buddies took down most of them, so I don't have to worry too much. There we go. Unfortunately, with no sub power up, the burst bombs not exactly doing me any favors. There we go. I can hit 2 burst bombs on someone, and come on, Alex, let's go. You can hit 2 burst bombs on someone and still not take them out, so it's not really worth. I keep doing that on instinct, but it's not really worth your ink so much to throw burst bombs unless you're supporting someone. Like I saw they were kind of getting hit already. I want to make sure that I back up a little bit here and try to get that going. Someone's got to move in on me. Oh, look out! Oof. Try to get out of the way in time. Here we go. Look out! Got someone right there. Gonna get surrounded if I'm not careful, though. Jeez. Oh. And dodged so many bombs there, but unfortunately, it eventually took me out. Okay, we really need to go on the side. I think no one really noticed or realizes that this whole side area exists to get ink in. See if we can get some of that going. And somebody over here. Saw someone die, which means probably someone over here. Oh, okay. We're doing all right. See if we can get up and find where they're gonna land. One way or the other. The team is very spread out. Sometimes you get your Tentamissile at the wrong time, and you gotta deal with your team being so spread to, or the enemy team being so spread out that you're not gonna be able to actually take them out in time. Someone up here? There we go. Alright, now I'm getting into it. Now you see the power of the dualies. This is probably the weapon I have played the most. Maybe outside of the Octobrush, I played a lot of the Octobrush. I mean, in the new game, I played a lot of the dualies, so getting some good practice here. And I'm starting to play, fast and loose. Try to get as much of this going as I can. Gotta be careful. They're pushing in. Oh, jeez. Where'd they go? Buddy, gotta back them up. Look out. They're gonna be diving in. There we go. Look out, look out, look out. Keep that covered. Couldn't take them out, but I think we got enough of the sides where we should be okay. Looking pretty ice cream to me. There we go. Alright. Took out the evil ice creamers. No. I still, good guys, bad guys. I always forget about that, but it's funny to see. 12 splats. Alright. Let's screenshot that. No. Sometimes I think it's funny to hit the screenshot button when I'm recording, because obviously I got other evidence of it. Alright, I've hit my stride a little bit. I think we're going to be doing better here. And we'll stick with this team for now. Lots of dualies, which means we're going to have some problem with any far off, chargers if we happen to go against any. So we do have to be careful. Alright, let's see. Waiting for players. Hopefully we'll get a team cake. Usually the teams are still matched up, so even if one is really popular, that doesn't mean everything. The wins are still going to count as a big chunk of it, but I do wonder with with the way it's been going, if the popularity is going to be so stacked in Ice Cream's favor, but the wins could be crazy different, because typically the more popular team has a wider spread of player skill and tends to lose a lot of the time, weirdly enough, on wins at least. Okay, let's see. I love this Victory remix, says Haley. Yeah, I really like all the... there's a lot of remix music, but there's a lot of new music that is really good. And I'm also looking forward to, future updates. They'll probably do a 2.0 update, just like with Splatoon 1, and add new weapons and music. But right now, most of the battle songs are all the new band, Wet Floor, which it's more rock, kind of punk rock-based style. What we're listening to, though, is the Splatfest theme. I forgot. We're not hearing any of that. There's the Splatfest music that always plays with Off the Hook singing is the new version and everything. Okay. Let's see. So Elliot again, yeah, if anyone wants to know how to play with, in the future, if you want to join in these streams and videos and stuff, even if I'm not streaming, I might be playing. And you can add me with the friend code in the description. I'll add as many of you as I can. The game is coming out soon, so hopefully, everyone who's been looking for Switches has been able to find one. I know they're kind of rare, but they're supposed to be putting a lot more stock out for the launch of Splatoon. Here we go. So you have a smaller spread of ink when you roll. If you didn't, you don't know how the dualies work. They focus fire on one target after you do your dodge roll, but you have a smaller spread of ink, so you do have to be careful. Let's see if we can get a bunch of these guys all together. There's 2 right there. There we go. We can hold enough of this. Where are you going, buddy? I saw one of you there. Oh, man. Wasted that burst bomb. Okay, my team's going good, except... There, nice. They survived that well and managed to take them out, which is really good. That can be scary when you're facing down the inkjet, but at the same time, don't panic. I think it's easier to take out than the Inkzooka. It's not something you should be fearing too much. There we go. Ooh. Sometimes you gotta dodge roll to get... Ooh, I didn't even realize there was someone there. I got the assist. Sometimes you just gotta dodge roll to get out of the way of bombs and stuff, because if you're too close, that might be the only thing you can do in time. Alright, he's going down that way. Good, good, good. And I'll try to squid in this way and get this little bit here. Ultimately, that's not going to be as important to the overall amount, but that will get me this. There we go. Gotta be so sure when you get your targeting locked on that that's what you want to do, because otherwise... Ah! Got him. But... at what cost? You gotta be so sure when you lock on with your 10 missiles that that's where you want to fire, because if somebody moves out of your reticle, then you're not going to be able to get as much coverage as you thought. Okay, CJ's moving in, meaning it might be safe enough for me to push in. If we can. Nobody can get up that one wall, but I do have to be careful, obviously. Someone's up here. Or they were. Throw that out. There we go. So yeah, if I throw a couple burst bombs in, that means somebody's going to have a very easy time with... Man, he's just dropping that like crazy. Ah, man, that guy's so good. Dropping those... every time somebody's sneaking up on him, he drops a splat bomb and then moves out of the way. But without any ink saver, he might have a rougher time. This is when I probably could have super jumped in, because it seems like we got a good lockdown on some of that. Oh, no. Why did I? Shouldn't have wasted my burst bombs, but I also should have been a little more careful to mind what was going on there. Oh, no, we're the last. There's only one left, and then they're... Yeah, they might have this. If we can get out of the way in time. Oh, I don't know about this, because a lot of us got splatted, and then they took back a lot of the middle. We got some of that side. Ah, just barely. Okay. I apologize for running in blindly. My fellow squad mates. I kind of ran in there to get that inkjet because I was like, oh, I gotta get him, but obviously got flanked by, so I can't even read their name. There's like squares and strange symbols in there. Okay, we did it. All right, I'm gonna find a new group here. I appreciate everyone jumping in. And we'll see if we can get another lobby going. So many people all in their full groups. They're not waiting around. There's only 4 hours to do this, so they're getting in as many matches as possible. Halfway to the next rank, which is, I think, the last climb of 99 points that we'll need to do. Seem to be getting a good amount of points here. I think maybe because our power's going up a little bit. Probably not anything to spit at compared to some of the really good Splatoon players. Probably over 2,000, you know, really high up already on ice cream power, or hopefully not cake power. Although who cares who wins this one really? Because there's no reward. No, I have fun and there's rewards either way, even if you lose. So if this is your first Splatfest or you're worried about participating in these, you know, you still get rewards. You get tons of experience. You have fun. Get to see cool night stages and try out a new way of playing for, you know, a limited amount of time. So definitely participate. Let's see. Next time you're on the map, try going up the enemy side from the right side. I didn't think you could actually get up that way because it didn't look like it connects, but maybe they're talking about the maybe Starfish main stage. You can get over on that, yeah, on this one, but not the last map that we were on. More ice cream going on here. Ice cream on ice cream violence. I like going up this way. This is my favorite side. If I share all these tips with you guys, then of course, when it comes time to fight against you, that is going to be my undoing. Take them out there. There we go. It doesn't get you any turf, obviously, to ink walls, but I do like getting, you know, wall coverage. Something I really learned in Salmon Run quickly is make sure there are a lot of escape routes, because you never know when you're going to need a way to get out that you might not, you know, you might not be able to take the normal way. Come on, Alex. Alex is just kind of dancing around, trying to look cool. But if we lose because you were dancing, how will you feel then? We got somebody dodge rolling here. 2 of them. There we go. Got the assist. Somebody over there? No. Just a bunch of ink. Someone went over here, though. Ooh, jeez. Someone tried to go into ours. Okay, we're good. Yeah, this is the way that you get up on the other team's side, which I could try. Try to go where I'm needed, though, and not focus too much on, man. Ah! Man, I can't read their name, but they, what is that, Alpha L? He used the holding the charge on the charger to its best, you know, function. He kind of jumped his way up the ledge and hit me with a charge. Man, Salty Squid, okay. He's gonna lead the way. He's not even in the ink. Everyone's just so excited to be playing Splatoon 2. Here we go. They're really taking the center. We all went this side way, and that's not good, because look. Oh, I got 2 of them. Okay, good. This is when we should be pushing in, squids and kids, because otherwise... Whoop, there we go. Oh, I thought I... There we go. Ooh, look out. Oh my gosh, that was scary. Managed to get out of the way, though. There we go. Okay, push, push, push. Go, 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 go. I'm going to try to get my Tenta missiles. Okay, see if we can lock on to everybody. Where did they all go? Oh, no. No! It's like a horror movie. I was like, oh, they got to be respawning. They respawned so fast that I could not really do anything. All right, I'm jumping to whoever that is. Hopefully it's safe. Get him out of here. There we go. Come on, come on, come on. I see you there, wherever you went. I'm gonna get snuck up on if I'm not careful. Ooh, no, no, no. Ah, no, no, no. Come on, guys. Squids and kids. Ooh, Ryan's way in enemy turf. Come on, buddy, you can do it. I don't think they had enough time to really catch us. They were really pushing into our area, and they should have been holding down the center and getting all that turf. I could tell, you know, the person with the charger may be a little bit more of a ranked player. Most people, towards the end of Splatoon 1, I think, pushed towards ranked. They didn't bother with turf wars, and you can see that in a lot of the play styles. But yeah, I got, ooh, nice, okay. Good amount of splats. That accounts with assists as well, but that's part of what I think this game, just in general, it controls a lot better than the first one. in many ways. The gyro especially, I feel like my aim is a little bit better than it is with the big old gamepad. It's going to take a little bit for people to get used to, especially the map. But overall, I think it's definitely an improvement. And the addition of having assist splats and stuff like that, I think that it does a lot more to make you not feel as bad when you lose, but also to make you feel better about your contribution, which, you know, participation trophies, that's a controversial thing, but I think if it's a game where you want to have fun, hopefully, and, you know, it's good to help people by saying, hey, even though you didn't, you know, maybe get the most splats, you still helped out and stuff. It keeps track of how many times you use your special, which is interesting too, compared to how many times you were splatted, because that, I guess, factors into how many splats you got, but it's kind of just more of an interesting statistic, I guess. Tells you how much turf you've been inking quickly too. But anyways, the more team-based thing of, like, you know, not focusing so much on overall how you're doing, but helping out your buddies as well is kind of in the spirit of the Splatfest and in the spirit of the game. Okay. Let's see. We got other people starting lobbies and stuff too. So if you weren't able to get on the friends list right now, and, you know, I apologize, but I'm pretty close to max, I think, and I'm not able to add people when we're playing. But yeah, definitely you can kind of meet up in the chat or the comments and try to coordinate squads, because I know so many of you are really good at this game, and you could make the perfect squid squad. Your best teammate could be out there watching right now. You just gotta meet him. Okay. Let's see. Elliot says, I feel like the splashdown is almost not worth it since it only seems to kill one person. So the splashdown, definitely a good tool to use if you are big on super jumping. Unfortunately, if you have it, most of the time I just super jump when I'm at the you know, spawn point. If you have your splashdown, you're going to need to, you know, jump to somebody else if you want to get the full advantage of a splashdown from max range with, you know, slamming down while you're super jumping to get that extra spread. But it can still be pretty useful. You usually have to be, you know, surprising someone. It seems like it would be good for the brushes or kind of sneaky weapons. The carbon roller, I could see it being really useful for those, because you sneak around behind somebody, and if they're so focused on someone else, you might be able to get that splashdown going before they can notice. It is very noticeable, though, and if you try to just throw it out like you would like a bubbler or a kraken to save yourself, most likely you are not going to survive against a skilled player, because they will just shoot you out of the air before you even land, and you can back up really easily to get out of the way. So it's very situational. A lot of the specials are like that. But like I mentioned, I definitely prefer the versions of the specials in this, because the game is not so centralized around using your specials. They still definitely help a lot. Obviously, we've seen a couple of matches that have gone the way of the team that really used their specials very efficiently and used them well enough to actually... I shouldn't have given myself away there. Careful now. Pushing in. Oop, I thought I got him. Oh, no. There we go. Tapped him. But yeah, the team that is using their specials at the right time is obviously going to prevail at the end if they're, you know, really coordinating the use of that stuff. But I don't think they're as strong as they were at one point. Nah! Nah! My weird exclamations when someone you focus so much on, I almost feel like the inkjet has the strength of, if you are hanging around with a buddy and you use that, everyone's focused on that flying squid going around, and they will not see you so much jumping in and getting people. So it is, that's my buddy. Get him out of there. But yeah, when you're focused too much on people using their specials, it is a way for everyone to just get you. I've had that happen multiple times already. You guys have seen. I've focused on the inkjet and had to deal with getting taken out because of it. If I can get this fired off before I get taken out. There we go. Cover some of that. Kind of a panic Tenta missile, but at the same time, if I don't use it when I've got it, then might lose it. There we go. Thanks to my buddy there for helping me out, helping me survive. If you don't use your special, obviously, you burn a lot of that when you respawn. Jeez, getting out of the way. Gonna say, we gotta get them out of here, or else we're gonna be hurting. Someone's on the other side of that, but we don't want to ignore everyone here. There we go. Quick, quick, quick. This is definitely one of those sets where you make good use of your burst bombs. You can use that to accentuate your splats. Get him, get him, get him. Okay, everyone's respawning. Or a couple people are. Lock on. We just gotta hold this down and not let anyone sneak up on us here. We should be okay. It's pushing in over there. Here they come. Ah! Oh no! Double splatted. If they take a lot of the center, this is gonna be so sad. I think our whole team is respawning. And this is when they could do it. And yep, look at this. I'm jumping in. I'm gonna get splatted most likely. I really hope that didn't. We had such a lockdown and then we grouped up. And that might be it. We got a lot of spread on certain parts, but nope. That was so close, yeah. Unfortunately, that shows I was trying to take out that roller. I was right next to someone. That was half the team on one flick of the roller, and then the other half died, and that's as easy as it goes. That's the part that I think people don't like about Turf Wars as much as Ranked, is that the flip of a coin, you know, you're out of there. All right, let's get a new squad in here. Matt says, why is the roller so inconsistent? It is a little bit, yeah, you have to be pretty close to get that splat, and even with the vertical, you know, distance that you get from the new flick, not really lending it a ton of power. It's more for mobility, so roller, again, just like, you know, the brushes and the other roller weapons, the default one is still, despite being strong, you gotta be close and accurate. Got some familiar faces in here. Julia, Foot Banana, a couple people I follow on Twitter, because they've been very active in Splatoon and helping out with different series and stuff. I remember, I think Foot Banana gave me a Pokemon egg. He was very helpful. Thank you again, buddy. Bearcat says, Joy-Con grip or Pro Controller? I've been using the Pro Controller, but I've heard good things about the gyro, you know, the aiming with the Joy-Con grip. Some people like it better, so try that out. I have to do that, because I have not used it much. I stuck with the Pro Controller for the most part. It wasn't your fault, says Bazzer. Thank you. Yeah, that was rough to see that loss. We were so close too. We had enough on the sides where we almost won it. We are within, you know, 20 minutes or so here of getting new maps, so definitely stay tuned if you're watching. I'm pretty confident about this team, but who knows? We could get, you know, some professional Splatoon players jumping in here. But I know we got some S rankers in the midst of this battle for sure. So I don't want to promise too much, obviously, and make these guys nervous. But yeah, we're gonna do our best to get this splat. I'm trying to get a lot of these because I do play around in the side area a lot, and the more of it that is inked, the easier it is to get in there and make sure we're covering a lot of that. There we go. Okay, how are they doing? Are they respawning? We got two. Kind of, yeah, waiting for that. Man, Alex is getting in like every match, and he's always squidding around. So the reticle, I mentioned that is one of the more, you know, obvious benefits of having special power up is getting that ability to actually have a larger targeting reticle. So back here. There we go. Careful now. I think someone's coming up behind me. Gotta be careful. If we can stop them. Okay, good job. Everyone, you know, everyone that plays is an honorary bloop trooper, even if you don't identify that as your main group. Always want to make sure everyone is appreciated. Somebody got taken out already, but still targeted them, so we get all that coverage. Someone's going around this way, or maybe that was from before. We'll see. I'm gonna be careful and make sure I'm not falling into any traps here. There they are. There we go. Almost ran out of ink there. That's something you will definitely see on Moray Towers is following people around that are trying to slyly, you know, ink their way behind enemy lines. This is the map that I mentioned has a lot of little spots where if you are you're crafty, you can get into enemy turf so easily. Oh, Saw someone there. That one guy's kind of hanging out up there, keeping him held back for the most part. Oh, God. Oh, no, no. Ah! Roll out of the way. Ah! Ouch. There we go. Come on. Get him. Julia. Oh, no. Tagmer. He's taking the center. Somebody get that squid. Catch that squid. Haven't said that in a while. They're really going to push and try to take the last of this area here. Nope. Ah, man. Well, I assisted. Julia's in there still. Fighting back. Come on, Julia. You can do it. Take him out. Julia, you've saved the team once again. Get any more little bits of turf coverage here on the sides. Make sure they don't get back in. Yeah, she really saved our butts there. Otherwise, I think that would have been, yeah, they would have held down the center stage and taken us out. Man, all right. Told you, that was, yeah, good squad. Good support. I think she was going up against multiple people, one-on-one, and or one-on-two or three, and managed to survive, so I appreciate it. She's been using, she's got the dualies too, so that's one thing that's good about the dualies. Even though, you know, they are pretty short range, you can get a nice 2-on-1 situation that usually would not work well for you, but you can kind of dodge around and survive a little easier than certain other weapons. You just gotta be careful. Uses up so much ink to use that dodge roll, and you have to you kind of hover on that spot where you rolled long enough where if someone's quick, they can take you out. Let's see. Does this Splatoon 2 involve using Joy-Cons in each hand? I feel like the motion controls are a bit weird for that. I think you could do that, but you're supposed to use the grip. I don't think that's more of an option, because that would be a weird disconnect, because you're moving a single, you know, single thing. Going around, I'm going to go down this side way. Alex is still flipping out. Somehow Alex manages to make it into all these matches. This is the same group from before, but he's very quick at jumping in. Throw a couple up there. Get the oh no! Squid, you know! I should have rolled in, but I used up a lot of my ink on that that burst bomb setup there that I was trying to help. Excuse me. Because I kind of figured that someone else would be ready to roll with that. Someone's gonna be around here. Nope. They're moving out of the way. Let's throw that down so that they cannot. There we go. My friends were all jumping in. I didn't want them to die. Oh, this feels like a squad that knows what they're doing. Although, I don't know. Alright, let's see if I can get in here. Alex! Oh, somebody just, they might have thrown a bomb before they backed up, but Alex, keep me alive. Okay, go, go, go. That one roller was really aggressive to the point where it scares me a little bit to have to deal with that. Get enough ink going here and then move in. Where are they going? Oh no, Julia. Where did he jump from? Is he up here? No. Man. I did a dodge roll on accident when I didn't mean to. Get him! Okay, I assisted. So many ink jets. Are they all dualies? Because, yeah, this is going to be rough here. I don't know if I want to jump in there. As much as we need to help our buddy out, he's in a bad position. They jumped in. We're okay, it looked like. Man, gotta get around the other side if we're going to help out. Let's see if we can get in here and get him, get him, get him. Got one of them. Nope. Ooh. Ran out of ink. Get him, get him. Man. Dodging back and forth. I have a tough time dealing with, you know, juking back and forth when I'm real close because I can't aim quick enough sideways. Gotta get better with the sticks. See if someone's even back here still. If I can get my Tenta missiles. Ooh. Nope. Ooh, they didn't have stealth super jump, but I didn't even like see them go through. Alright, let's see if we can hold them off long enough. Oh my gosh, that was close. And we're not done yet. They're hanging out all over this place, inking it up. Keep them at bay. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I don't know if I can get my Tentum missiles ready in time. Throw them off. That's gonna count. not gonna splat them, but it's gonna count. And I think we got this. I never want to say, you know, for sure. We won by 0.3%. Bloop Troop, we prevailed over seemingly a much stronger, more experienced squad. And there we go, man. Yeah, Luca, so many people going in. A lot of them were outranging me with those Tentatex. But we did it. Good job, guys. Just goes to show, you know, as much as the game can flip against you, it can flip in your favor, too. All right, one more with this squad. Or no, let's get a new one, because we did a couple with this squad already. Let's see if we can get pushed over the edge before the maps change, because we are very close to new maps here. And then I will show you guys a cool trick. I'm going to go back to the roller, as much as it pains me to have the, I don't like this set as much, the curling bomb and splashdown. But the crack-on, like I mentioned, beacons and the baller, new special, really good. The new maps are going to be here pretty soon, so let's see if we can hit at the, you know, home stretch before those happen. And then we'll spend the last bit, you know, on those new maps, getting top rank, hopefully. And the other thing, yeah, I want to show, we'll switch back to the dualies when we go to Moray Towers, because I got to show you guys a cool strat. I can explain it now, you know, it's something people have found out, that if you're in the air with the dualies, this is known, you know, I think from the test fires, but if you're in the air with the dualies and you fire into a dodge roll, you will zip down, and you can do 2 of them still, and zip really fast down. But on Moray Towers, that is a crazy strat, because it really gets you down super fast, and can help with people trying to blitz towards the center. I'm gonna jump over here, Brian. Oh, let me roll, Brian. Brian, roller's gotta roll. Brian doesn't want me to roll anywhere. Let me see if we can get up here and keep my ink well enough for... Oh, almost had them there, and they are right in my face. Ah, can't believe the roller here is not... Oh, no! I was so close, and I still didn't take them out. You gotta be so dead on with the roller. And then I died myself. I died on accident. There we go. Just kind of ink that. Not really worth it, but showing that, okay, Brian, you didn't even cover some of these spots. That's why you gotta let the roller roll. The inking strat that I was using to get... Yeah, man. The distance here is not great. Ooh, thought I had that. Ooh, nice. Okay. Let's see if I can jump in. And let's try this here. Oh. There we go. That was so close. And I used a crazy splashdown, but wasn't really worth it. I was just trying to show the true function of the splashdown, but you have to have someone in the right position, which typically is kind of tough to do. There we go. Get them out of there. They have a charger, which is making my life so rough here. Oh, careful now. Oh no, this is real bad. Gonna try to super jump. Nope. Ah, man. Ah, they were jumping to me. I meant to jump to them. And then I don't know if this is gonna work, but here we go. Nope. Ah, I was on a grate. Ryan, why didn't you die on the ground? No. So yeah, trying to use that is, it seems time consuming sometimes too to even bother to do that. And then at the same time, jeez, at the same time it's not guaranteed to really do all that much anyways. I'm gonna throw one of these down and maybe catch someone with it. There we go. Alright, we gotta push in here, quick. Where'd you go? There they go. Oh, man. If I can roll in on them. There we go. Look out. If I can jump in and splash down. I got the one charger, but I don't know if we definitely didn't get enough there. That seemed like a more coordinated team. That is one thing with Splatfest, kind of has the spirit of just kind of going with whoever you're with and sticking with the randos, but when you jump into these squad modes, you run the risk of fighting Jacob and Joey and Andy and Phoenix. So yeah, maybe, well, I guess, yeah, I'll keep going with this, even though it can be a little tougher. It does seem like we have the advantages of having the squad, so this is a good time to have you guys be able to play with me, so I'll keep doing it. But yeah, at the same time, solo, I think if you want a more even experience, definitely jump into solo, because then you don't have to deal with people that are coordinating and possibly talking behind your back and communicating better. So you can toss the curling bomb onto short ledges by jumping. It's not laid like the Seeker, says Chow Walker. Yeah, I've tried to do a couple like jumps to get it onto different ledges and stuff. It is something that I think I'm going to need a lot more practice with to get decent with it, but I have almost like resisted using the sets that it was with. I think it's just that, yeah, I haven't taken the time to practice it because I've been enjoying the dualies and stuff like that so much that I haven't practiced as much with it. But I'm trying to push myself to use other types of weapons, get more practice with shooters. Look, a perfectly mixed squad of weapons. Is it fate? I hope it'll work out for us. Brian's back in. Brian! I like the exclamation mark there. With the diamond. Chevron, Brian. Let's see. People talking about Marina and Pearl. Marina definitely more popular, but in Japan, Pearl's side, Team Rock won. I haven't heard the word from Europe. I think Ice Cream was more popular there as well, but if someone has news from the EU, who won that one? Because this is the last of the Splatfest for the 3 big regions. And Japan, yeah, Rock ended up winning. It was more popular. I think Rock, just in general, probably more popular than Pop. But, or it sounds cooler to say you like Rock, I guess. I probably like more pop music than I like more rock music. I can admit that. But yeah, the Splatfests are not going to always go towards the popular side, of course. Marina, being an Octolane and being very mysterious, there's a lot of questions about what's going on with her. Apparently, the Octolanes, just like jellyfish and all the other creatures, are welcomed into Inkopolis. It's a very cosmopolitan, melting pot of ink and different creatures. But I'm very curious to know Marina's backstory and what's going on with her. We do know from trailers and stuff that Callie is mysteriously missing, and that maybe, something to do with the Octarians, because Marie is in charge of the single player mode. But at the same time, I don't know if it, would they have some type of work exchange program or something? Who knows? Where, Callie is going to do something, and then they're like, oh, you can have Marina, she's our new pop star or something. I don't know. Ooh, let's be careful now. Man, I just couldn't get out of the way. I thought I was able to dodge fast enough to avoid stuff. All right, but sometimes you don't. You want to dodge a little later than you hear the sound, because if you dodge too early, the missiles haven't really targeted you yet, and then you're gonna be in trouble, obviously. All right, man, uses up so much ink. Someone's going around that way. I just saw him. I see ya. Let's see if they can. They're not gonna jump in like that. There's so much other stuff going on. They see me. Man, these people are using their specials like crazy. Oh, nope. Ah, got him. But at what cost? Yeah, I noted like multiple people using their specials. Could be a coincidence, probably a coordinated effort. I hope I'm safe here. He left me on the ledge to die. Brian, how could you? Let's see if we can get in there and get that roller. Kind of like ARMS and, fighting games. Obviously, movement is a big priority, so if you can get out of the way, to the side, like, I noticed that with the brush a lot. I was going to say, like, kind of dodging, like, a boxing weave is a good, oops, I was dodging and messed up my gyro there. That's a good way to get out of the way of stuff and kind of press forward still. But you gotta be quick with it, obviously. And I really do not like the curling bomb. Seems like a waste, and then we got Kiri, the S ranker, I'm sure, zooming around, throwing his bombs in. This is, this happens both ways, so sometimes when you're getting spawn camped and can't really push back much, it can feel very sad, but the opposite happens, where other people have to deal with that as well. We got someone over there. Yeah, this roller is not gonna cut it for taking out anybody. Jeez, there we go. Had to get 2 vertical flicks, and then still not enough. Man. And everybody's jumping in. You can't just jump in when I'm in enemy territory. I think we're just having a mismatch of skill and experience here, unfortunately, but that's the way it goes. And stop them. Get them. There we go, I got 2. Can we get enough to, nope. Too little, too late. I wiped out 3 of the team. Cool way to end, but not enough time for me to get the turf that we needed. Okay. Well, we're about to get new maps here any minute, so we're probably gonna get, you know, booted back to the lobby here. One thing that's another nice change, not just the fact that we have new maps every 2 hours. We still ranked up, so we're champions. Doesn't feel like it when my guy's so sad, but the other big thing that is nice to see is you do not get booted completely to the news. You don't have to watch the news every time the new maps swap out, and you just kind of see them on the menu. So the first time you boot up the game, you will get all the maps for, excuse me, couldn't mute fast enough. You will see, you know, the 2 Turf War maps, 2 ranked maps, 2 League maps. League is a new thing that happens every 2 hours, and you kind of compete for rank in that way. But yeah, you'll see those 6 maps, and then as long as you're playing the game until you know, turn it off and start again, you will never see the news broadcast unless maybe like a Splatfest thing happens or something to special report. But yeah, the whole thing with the news, I think they did a bunch of quality of life changes where Sheldon, you can speed up all of his jibber jabber, you know, when he's talking about all the new weapon stuff. If you don't want to hear all the details, you just want to grab them and go, that's fine. We're all impatient squid kids sometimes. You can do that. You can still ask him about the weapons. He'll give you the details later if you skip on it. And that's cool to see, you know, speed things up. You can use that on him. But the other thing, yeah, like I mentioned, not booting you out to the news is a nice touch, so you don't have to worry about that. Ursula is asking about the bubble blower. That's the only special that I have yet to try, because there are no bubble blower weapon sets in the game yet. The bubble blower and the Brella are probably ready to go from what we've seen. The bubble blower, of course, a new special where you shoot out all these bubbles, and you can hit them. Somebody can hit them with ink, and they will explode over wherever they're floating. Like these giant bubbles of ink will blast and rain down upon your opponent. So that's a nice new special. But we don't have any weapons yet available with it. That is going to be something in one of the updates, probably one of the first updates. I would not be surprised if the Brella happens to have the bubble blower as its special. We can get up here and take this guy down, or kind of cause a little bit of havoc. Oop, thought I got that guy. Yeah, splat bomb. Yeah, I always have to remember what's going on with my stuff. Get him. Man, they're just jumping up so much that I cannot reach them. They were back here somewhere when they jumped, right? Nope. Ah, I think they were up. Couldn't tell for sure. Yeah. Zephaniah. Oh, somebody got him, maybe. Oh no, they took each other. It's funny to see some of these little exchanges on the map screen where you see, you know, 2 dead squids. And it tells a tale that you couldn't even imagine. Alright, let's see if we can get someone. Ah, no! Zephaniah. Can't even say the name. It's like Jebediah and Zephyr. Alright, I gotta get back in here. We're not doing too bad, but it does seem like he keeps sneaking up on me every time I get a little bit of distance into the zone. He might be waiting. He's one of those sneaky players. There he goes. Time to throw a... Nope. Man, I wanted to throw... Oh my gosh. Well, I had some trouble with the roller, but if you throw enough ink over a wall, it'll take you out. I was trying to get my bomb to get that guy that was super jumping in, but of course he was very good at defending his pal, and took him out before, or took me out before I could take his buddy out. So that was rough to deal with. There's where I died. There goes a roller. Get him. Get him. Sorry, I got real quiet there as I strafed around, trying to make sure I dodged all that. I feel for the rollers, you know, that have to deal with all that stuff, but let's see if we can stop these guys here. And that guy's going right in where I'm shooting. There we go. Ah, nope. Ah, Zephaniah. He's just, yeah. I gotta deal with him. He's getting everybody. No, look behind you. He's taking everybody down because they're not looking back where I got splatted. He's just being super crafty and frustrating to deal with because he gets those sneaky splats. But I can't blame him. I'm a brush player at heart, so that's how you win with that weapon. You got to get close enough. Yeah, that wasn't as bad. You know, it wasn't as divided as it could have been, but at the same time, that's it for Starfish Main Stage. I think we're getting the new maps here, and Inkblot Art Academy as well. Oh, communication errors occur. Oh, he didn't even get the points for that one. Ah, that's alright. It was a loss anyways. Alright, new maps. And it said modes, I think, but it's still the same mode, but we got a new map here. Humpback Pump Track and Moray Towers. This is the time for me to switch to my dualies so we can do some cool tricks. Did my shirt unlock any? We're not getting experience on our shirt, are we? So we're basically down an entire gear set of clothing piece of abilities. We've got, we have ink recovery up on the headband, and then I think it's special saver on the shoes, but yeah. Alright, map rotation. A fresh map. Did I jump into solo? Oh, oops, sorry. I meant to do team, but we'll do a random match here. I'm gonna get some water as we hit the halfway point. Probably less than that. Hopefully we can get the rest of this rank before the full 4 hours are up, but I'll do my best either way to fight to the bitter end. Okay, water break, and I'll answer questions. Okay, we're back, and we're getting into a match. I think we have a cake and ice cream match. Sounds weird. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna try my best to get the dodge roll. I've actually never done it before, but I have seen it. I've heard about it. It's infamous. Let's try to do it and jump off of here. Keep my ink level high and choo. There we go. Probably a little better on a higher height, but do it. Choo choo, and I'm down. Not too much faster, but it is fun to do, and does get you a little bit of distance. You just lose out on the ink that you used for the dodge roll. Okay, so this map has a bunch of these. It's probably the first time people playing on this new version for a lot of you guys. This map has these ink rails that you can use to jump and get in and splat people. There we go. Yeah. Oh, too many rolls. One too many rolls. So yeah, being able to use that to get into enemy territory, I think that is an anti-charger precaution, since this game, you know, this map especially centered around a lot of charger uses because you can cover so much turf. So now we can, you know, jump on here. I'm gonna go past Nicole and jump over. They function just like the ink rails in the first Splatoon. So, you know, if you played the single player in that, then you know how these work. Unfortunately, not like the ink rails in the new game. And there we go. Somebody just got me with the sneak attack from the ink rail there. Let's see if I can get up here. Get my ink going well enough to stop them. Ooh, I hit like a sign or something. I think they dipped out of the way. But yeah, you have to be very careful because these ink rails, they don't last forever, but they do. Oh, jeez. They do travel. I was so distracted by getting that rail. They do travel into areas that are rough to get into. Otherwise, this is a risky super jump because that guy is just going crazy all over here. Oh my gosh, where'd he go? Jay seems like he's in the know about what he's doing. Yeah, he's zipping all over. But yeah, you have to be cautious of how long you spend on there, because you can jump up and throw something out and then jump back and, you know, do all that fun stuff. But if you are messing around too long, the ink will run out, the rail will be useless, and man, he's got the range on me, which is really annoying. I can't get in close to him. He's just building up a bunch of ink and playing real. He's just dipping in and out, which is real frustrating to deal with, but if we can target onto him, I don't have my special quite yet. There we go. There he goes. Have some of that, Jake. Or Jay. Jake. Have some of that, Jake. Nope. Ah, okay, that was very close. Alright, this is one we gotta push. Come on, come on, come on. Hopefully my team knows what they're doing here to be able to push in and get enough of this turf. Go, 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 go. Get the side. Oh, they pushed in back on us, and I don't know if we covered enough of our own area because they were pushing in. I don't know. Pretty mixed colors here. Yes, all right. Despite Jay, the MVP, and them, you know, super jumping in, just trying to spawn camp us. That's how this map can go. You can get around behind him and get enough turf to survive. Yeah, Jay definitely the standout player there. Okay, 6 points for a win, 2 for a loss. I think we'll hopefully get the 99 before we. Oop, now we can do it. There we go. Before too long here. So yeah, I'm sure you've seen this from test fires and things, but you can pull up the drum track. You can kind of make the music go real slow or real fast, which is fun. Like, here we go, and it's just fun to kind of remix the the music that we're used to from the lobby. Okay, I've heard that music a lot because you gotta be waiting a lot when there's only a handful of players playing. But the full game, of course, you know, we're gonna have so many people playing. I don't think we'll have to wait at all for matches. Okay, going back into teams. I'll get some of you guys here. All right, some smack talk between cake and ice cream. It's funny at the Splatfest when people get like, not up in arms, but when they debate back and forth about these, because it's like, dogs are better than cats. The things that aren't that important in life, but are still funny to see people, you know, go back and forth on. Brian, Joseph, some familiar names jumping in. Matt Stat does not like Mori Towers. Mori Towers is a lot better now. I used to hate it because, you know, we haven't seen many chargers, so that remains to be seen a little bit. But I actually enjoy Mori Towers a lot more now that they've done the changes that they did, because those ink rails, as little as they seem, like, can do a lot to help you get around the center, which is typically a dead zone. If you're, you know, if you're going against a really good charger like an E-liter, you cannot step foot out in there, or you're just, you know, dead. Someone who plays a close range weapon like myself, typically a brush or, you know, the dualies here, it can be a nightmare dealing with chargers. But it is nice that there are now alternate routes. That's a big thing on the new maps as well as the revamped old ones. They have made more alternate routes to get around, so you're not forced in like an Arowana Mall situation. We haven't seen Arowana Mall returning. Probably not going to. I'm happy about that, because that is one of my least favorite stages, with the fact that it's all bottlenecked and chargers can kind of sit there. But yeah, the maps now are doing a lot more for making sure you can find an alternate route if you're cut off by a charger site or something, you know. And the other one I should mention that has not really been shown at all that you guys might be interested, Port Mackerel has returned. Another map that had some big issues, I think, in Splatoon 1. I have not played Splat Zones, that's the big thing. Some of those ranked modes that used to be so easy to blitz, and except for Splat Zones, where you had to have both zones that are really far apart to win. But the cool thing about Port Mackerel, there are sponges now. Each team has a couple sponges they can use, and the enemy team can shoot the sponges to make them shrink. You shoot them just like in single player to make them grow. But the enemy team can shoot them to make them shrink, and then if you, I'll let that roller maybe do some of that, and I'll go over here. You go over that way. But yeah, the sponges function just like in Splatoon 1 in single player, where you can use them to get up into areas. And you cannot steal an enemy sponge. You can only make it shrink down, you know, smaller. Be careful about how close I go with those bombs. Let's go over here and jump in and zip my way down. There we go. So you can see the ink rails. But the sponges are really good for letting you get around to certain areas, and you can use that to actually. Oh, jeez! Oh my gosh! Nope, that's a roller, or that's a charger. See if we can get back on this before the ink runs out. Oh, it's about to run out, so I definitely do not want to go for that. The sponges are really good for getting into areas, and the biggest change that I really like about Port Mackerel now is that you go on the crates a lot more. Previously, those like shipping containers were very frustrating. That they were mostly uninkable and they weren't really that useful. Oh my gosh, double bombs. They weren't really that useful to get on top of, except, you know, when you had the rare occasion when you were trying to sneak around, but you couldn't get your ink back. It wasn't really turf that you could cover. It was almost a missed opportunity, but now the new crates, there's a lot of them that have inkable turf, meaning you can go up on there and do, you know, be using those as ways around. So again, another alternate path. So we can kind of jump in and get them. There we go. Oh man, how did they? I guess they jumped in and just shot me immediately, even though, did they even know I was there? That was weird. Alright, I'm jumping over. Hopefully my teammates can hold down the fort there, because I gotta get in and try to get him. There we go! Surprise attack from above! They didn't expect me flying down so fast, probably. I gotta be careful, because that ink jet is going crazy in that side area. Dealing with this charger is gonna be pretty rough. If I get enough of this, I could probably just use my tentamissiles on them. Sorry. So everyone's camping around there, and by the time that lands, someone's probably super jumped in, and we got them. Here we go. Yeah. So there's lots of ways to get around some of the stuff that is tough to deal with in Splatoon 1. Here we go. Try to get up and get as much of this as we can. Maybe some of the side area. Get up here and try to get that charger. So the glow, that is definitely... Ooh, they took a lot of that side area. Or the middle area right at the end. Man, I probably should have stuck to that. That was more important turf. The glow, that is the big weakness of being able to hold your charge as a splat charger. You will have this glow around you, almost like you're holding the Rainmaker. So if you're holding your charges a lot and squidding, you can't really hide from an enemy player. You have to kind of get rid of that quick. It'll run out, you know, pretty quick anyways, so it's not something you want to try to hold for very long. There is a alternate version of the Splat Charger called the GooTuber in North America, which, you know, a little nod to people playing the game on a certain video service like myself. I think so. Or it's just a tube full of goo. Could be either. Or both. The GooTuber, you can hold your charge much longer, and I have not used it yet to see what the disadvantage is, but maybe it has a much smaller ink tank. We'll have to see. That remains to be seen as well. Okay, so I'm gonna check how we're doing here, and we are a little more than halfway through. The dualies, someone mentioned, the dualies must be real annoying to deal with. They definitely are rough if you don't know how to go up against them. Let's see. They're, you know, just like the brush, another one of my favorites. They're real rough to deal with when you're close range, but not so bad when you're far away, obviously. I'm gonna get another drink of water here before we get into this match. Okay, jumping into it. We have someone just named Twitch. I wonder where they're streaming. Okay. Oh, we're going to Humpback Pump Track. Okay. So this is another new map here, and this one is kind of bizarre in it's got a lot of turf to cover. It's very large in terms of surface area. Man, my frame rate on my, you guys might not be able to see it, but for me, it is dipping down here because it's the middle of summer, as is the way with a lot of Splatoon stuff, and this room, my office, heats up, and we've been streaming for a couple hours, so I'm gonna try to fight through it and do my best to with this handicap here. So the let me just try to do this. Well, this is a secret part, not on the video, so I'm trying to reset stuff. Okay, let's try it now. That looks better. Okay, good. Yeah, this map has so many ways to get around and jump into the center that you have to be so aware of everything around you. If you are not paying attention to any of the areas you can get easily snuck up on. Go. Gotta be careful. Watch out for chargers. Man, this is making my life rough. Try to get that guy out of here. Get him. Ooh, almost had him. Probably shouldn't have bothered to do my dodge roll. Okay. Let's see if I can sneak around the side. Yeah, having a charger on this map, this is something I have not dealt with at all yet, but this is what my worry was. This is going to be a charger's haven because it's so open. There's so many areas. It does curve where it's a little tougher to actually see, get a clear line of sight on certain parts. These things are very important. I was trying to jump and shoot, which you got to be careful with these, because you can actually jump and squid to get up on those grates and get onto your enemy's side a little easier. If I can slow him down, I'm going to do the thing that I was just talking about, to jump over here and get in here and take him out. There we go. So a lot of players that have not tried this map yet might not know that it is, of course, like I mentioned, easier to, it's easy to get up onto other parts. Oof. See, he went, again, gotta pay attention to behind you, got around behind me when I didn't even see, and he got so much turf, which is frustrating, but you gotta play like crazy and always be mindful of your surroundings, or else you will lose out. Ooh, jeez, what am I doing? I can get in and... There we go. Gotta be quick there. They got up on here. So they're respawning. It's a good time to throw some of that out. I'm getting targeted as well, though. I gotta be quick. If we can watch this one side. Should be periodically checking my map, though, to see if there's a certain roller coming behind me and making my life rough. Where'd he go? There he is. Ah! Man, I shot him and then, okay. Well, I'll give that to him because the game gave it to him. But I have so much trouble sometimes getting the roller to actually splat that I'm like, okay, you deserve that, buddy. That was one of those things where when you deal with a simple strat of someone just rolling towards you, sometimes you can mess up just by not underestimating them, but I was just, having trouble with dealing with him hiding sometimes. Alright, let's see. Cake is just glorified sugar bread. Someone mentioned in the chat. Okay, I'm going to try to get a fresh team here, because I think we did 2 matches. And let's see. Hopefully we can get a good group of Squid Kids. Top 3 subs. Let me see. Top 3 subs, top 3 specials, says Cerberus. So, I really do, like, the baller and the ink armor and stuff are fun and very useful. Tenta missiles, I think, overall might be my favorite of the specials, because it's so, like I mentioned, if you have enough time, like an ink strike, to fire it off, you can just throw it out and keep going. Not worry too much about it. And then the other side, subs. The auto bomb. We have not had a set with the auto bomb yet in any of the test fire stuff, but that is definitely my favorite. It's this little robot that tracks people down. If they're not paying attention, it will sneak up on them and explode, kind of like a tiny portable brush user. And then at the very least, it gets people to move out of the way, almost like the Tenta missile strikes, where you have to be wary of it. But the auto bomb is very situational. You don't want to be throwing it out too much and draining all of your ink on something that is not going to be always getting the splat for you. Okay, dog joke. I wonder if they're referencing the original Splatfest. See if we can dip down. Quick. Everybody's just dipping all over the place. There we go. Yeah. I'm battling the intense heat, which is not even as bad as a lot of areas, unfortunately. But the big thing that I need, yeah, I need to get a I've been using basically the same computer and a lot of the same setup for several years now. So I think the big thing I need to do is have a computer with a better cooling system, and can hopefully improve a lot of this stuff for me, because dealing with stuff like this when I'm trying to stream, there's nothing I can do really, but I have to deal with playing at like half frame rate. Even if you guys don't see it, it is very, very rough on me trying to keep up with all this. Okay, go, go, go. Might have to take a like short break to cool down my office, otherwise my teams are just gonna be dealing with this and paying for it for me. Ooh. Oh, I think we're back somehow. There we go. Oh, I think I figured out what the issue is. Never mind. If that's it, then I think I've solved it. Took a little bit. There we go. Okay, I figured it out. If I'm lucky, that's all it's gonna do. It's very brief. Jumping over the side. Yep, there he is. Ooh. Oh, ah, my gosh. Get him, get him. Ah, man. Okay, now I gotta get back to used to playing at normal levels of stuff. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna really be affecting the video or the stream, so apologize for bringing it up, but it's something that's going on, so I have to let you guys know what I'm dealing with here. Okay, go, go, go. Let's see if we can sneak our way around, also get a little bit more turf. My team's doing well enough here, where even though I kept having some troubling one-on-one situations, wasn't the end of the world or anything. We can stop their thing from working here. Almost got him. Nope, there they go. You can hit it fast enough to kind of give them a warning, but you're probably not going to stop it quick enough for them to completely die from that situation. Let's see if we can corner this guy. He's going to be running. There he goes. Ooh, man, DJ KC is not going easy on me, obviously. He doesn't know what's going on. No, I don't want anyone to go easy on me. Let's see if we can get back in time. Yeah, dealing with chargers again. Obviously, people are going to go with chargers on this map. Try to jump in and get them in time. Here we go, go. Take all this down. Come on, come on, come on. I think we might have gotten the middle in time because they were kind of off inkjetting to the side. Well, I don't know. They got a bunch of that. Thanks to that inkjet, but we got the center. 0.1%. I'll blame that on my 20 frames briefly there, but that was a tough match. I did not pull my weight so much, so we'll have to do better this next one. Okay. Let's see. I'll probably do a little bit more with the dualies, and then we'll switch to another. I'll maybe go back to some of the other one. I'll do one more charger match before we finish off, but of course, you know, not my weapon. But I'm seeing people jump in using it, especially now that we're on Moray, and that's going to be really rough to deal with. But we've had some creative solutions. You saw people using the ink rails. Saw people kind of jumping around. A lot of the specials are really good at targeting specific players, so you can get rid of any charger that's giving you trouble. Okay. I'm very glad that it's a cloudy, overcast day here. It's night and all clear skied in Inkopolis, but where I'm at, it's all nice and colder, because otherwise it would be sweltering out. But that's what you gotta deal with in the summer, when Splatoon games are now set to always launch. We have 2 now that have come out, you know, summer, so I think they'll probably keep that tradition. And if we're not careful, the Inkopolis, that's the grim reminder of what the world will one day. No, I think that's the implication, is that the world flooded and stuff from all the global warming, you know, things, and that's why all these sea creatures are taken over. But at the same time, it's like, it'd be kind of cool to be a weird jellyfish or a crab or something and be able to shoot weird paintballs and stuff. But who knows if it's worth the price. Okay. I'm gonna check the chat here, and we are, yeah, we're 2.5 hours in. Still feeling pretty energized despite playing a bunch of Salmon Run before this, And again, if you have questions about the other modes and things, I won't spoil story details or anything, of course. But if you have any questions between matches, definitely drop it in the chat. So as you see the match end, throw that in there and let me know, and I will try to answer them. Okay, here's my favorite of these ink colors so far tonight. Oh, look at the sky. It's beautiful. Like, sometimes freaking out, and you know how it is. You freak out trying to splat an opponent, and you accidentally hit Y and recalibrate your aim, which a lot of people do on purpose, obviously, because you want to be able to quickly zip around, but don't always want to be doing that when you're going all over the place. Okay, let's see if we can get a bunch of them. This is definitely one of those maps where players will be thrown into similar setups where or similar, you know, choke points in the center where they might all group up a certain way. And there we go. So it's definitely good for making sure that I can get in here and stop this guy. Oh no! So that I should mention that is a good thing to know. If you are using the inkjet and you happen to fall off the stage, or if you're gonna fall off the stage anyways and you got your inkjet somehow, definitely throw that out because it will save you. It will rocket you back to the last ledge that you're on. But that was one of those situations where they probably just returned to, they were going back to their original location. It cuts your special short, but the inkjet can actually save your life. There we go. See if we can get in here and stop everyone who's coming through. Oh, where are they all? Man, there we go. I'd rather go with the ones that are on the way down and slow them down than try to deal with the one person who's over here. So yeah, you have to be paying attention so much to the status of the ink rails, because if they are not your color, then that's not even reaching. If they're not your color, then you know someone can dip over and surprise you. So be very, very cautious of all the ways that someone can jump in on you. Those rails are useful, but they're also going to work against you if you're not careful. So one's going around this way. I just saw them go. See if we can kind of get in here and... No, I would have been able to get out of the way if I didn't pop my special right at that moment. That was the worst thing I could have done, and everyone's jumping in, which means if I jump to this guy, probably going to be safe to just steal all of their turret. No, I'm not. They had one guy left back there, I think. Everyone else moved forward. That's bad luck. And somebody... Okay, he was super jumping. Yeah, there's no way we're probably going to get this in time, but we can try. Man, the camping of having people just kind of sit and wait for you to respawn in this game, still a thing that you have to deal with in the new game, of course, but trying your best to deal with it is part of playing and being a squid kid. Did we get all that back in time? Maybe. Sometimes I'll do that where I'm like, this is... I kind of gripe, and then we win anyways, so what's the use of complaining? Just play, and you'll probably be better for it. Okay, life lesson from Splatoon. Yeah, they had a lot of people. Zach was having a rough time, but we had Alex who was working overtime there trying to get in and mess with us, but a balanced team beats one with a star player. Okay. So, we haven't gotten... Oh yeah, we did one on Humpback Pump Track, but I was conflicted by dealing with the tech issues, but we're going good now. I want to get on that map and really show it off, because I did show some of the little things where, you know, you gotta jump and get onto the one grade if you want to get around, but you have to be so cautious, because there's not too many ways to get back into the enemy territory, but if you're already on that outside track, you can get so easily ambushed that it's tough. You gotta be paying all attention to, you know, every angle. If you're in the center especially, there's only a few ledges to hide behind. You can get sniped. And I've had a lot of matches on that map where you have to, trying to hold down the center, you can be holding it down the entire time. You get splatted once and they push in. And once they lock it down, you really have to be coordinated and making sure your whole team is watching out for the turf. Okay. Let's see. Elliot says, how did you play Salmon Run? Did I miss another test fire? So I've got an early copy of the game. I mentioned product provided by Nintendo. I did play today was the first day they let people play Salmon Run online, and I had a bunch of matches of that. I got some rewards. I'll leave it vague. But that was really fun. There's randomized, there's 4 weapons when it's going on with each, 24 hour. I think it lasts for 12 or 24 hours. And you get a set of 4 weapons, and you have to choose, or you get a random assignment between waves. So one wave you might be the Octobrush, next you might be the Splattershot Junior, and you have to kind of adapt. The Charger was in that set as well, so that was rough on me to have to, deal with the weapon I'm not as good at, but I adapted. It's a good way to push yourself to try new things in the game to force yourself to use different weapons, because they assign that when you're playing online. When you play locally, you can choose your weapons. And it was really fun. It was just a fun experience of being able to work cooperatively more than just in the normal game to actually go towards a goal. The fighting the salmonids was just, I think I enjoyed that more than fighting other real people and helping out, saving your teammates, doing all that. It's a great way to deal with when you fight the bosses. It's a great way to get practice dealing with special weapons, because the bosses, I think I mentioned earlier, all are kind of based around different specials, and the new specials are all pretty brutal to deal with at times, like the ink cloud, and there's a lot of different ones that can cover so much turf and make your life rough. Throw that down. I don't think they locked onto me. We're okay. So let's go over here. Get in and take them out in time. There we go. A lot of dually trades, unless you're moving out of the way, which is a little tougher to readjust your aim if you dodge to the side. But a lot of dually battles end up being very, very close, or they're trades where you have to deal with someone getting in the way with. Jeez. Man, now my frame rate dips right as the Charger's in the mix. Oh no. Trying my best here to deal with it. Go, go, go. The heat can be blamed, but who knows? Oh my gosh. Yeah. I guess this is the handicap I have for having more experience on some of these maps and stuff, is to deal with. There we go. We're back. Okay, go, 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 go. Try not to mention it anymore, because I know it's something that you guys probably aren't even experiencing or dealing with, but I think it's just a way to say, hey, this is what I gotta deal with. Ah, man, tried to jump over and get them, but they had me locked on, making my life rough. So there we go on the left, the upper part of the map, you can see someone going around, probably with a roller or something, getting a ton of turret. No, they don't have a roller on their side. They're just going around and really doing a number on us. And they're gonna jump back to wherever they went. Ooh. Got so many people all in the center, but we don't want to neglect the sides. This is actually, one way. Should be going over to the side to get around on them. Every time I'm like, gotta get close to someone, then I'm dealing with stuff. Yeah, I gotta get my special built up, and then we can push in to get the middle. Someone over here. Can't tell. In between the frames. There we go. Okay, got it. Try to lock on. Oh man, I missed the person I was aiming at. Their Charger. If we can get him in time. Nope. Well, okay, let me try this again. Felt like I had a fix to it, but it does not seem to be working. Last 20 seconds. We might still win this. Either way, they're gonna be pushing though. They're pushing, for sure. Go, 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 go. Get him, get him. Man, this is so tough to deal with. Oh. I might have to take a short little, intermission here. Let's go out to the plaza and just see what the Off the Hook band is up to. You guys can watch that while I try to fix what is going on here. I apologize. Alright. Yeah, that was rough. We do okay, despite that handicap, I feel like I do okay, but it's tough to deal with. Okay, I'll be back in a minute here. Okay, hopefully... Oh my gosh. I was gonna say, hopefully we're doing better here. I'm just gonna deal with whatever we're dealing with, because we gotta get to king rank or bust. Okay, we're back. Apologize for that quick intermission. Got blasted by the air conditioner. Try to cool things down in here a little bit. Okay. So yeah, the area I live in, I've probably complained about this before. I met my girlfriend here, went to college here, all this stuff. This area is nice, but they do not have air conditioning in houses typically, which is frustrating. So I have the window air conditioners, and it gets so hot that it is, yeah. I can't complain when there's places like Tucson and stuff that are way, way more extreme with heat. I think we're doing okay now. All right, let's jump into it. Hopefully I can iron out this stuff. This is something that happened during ARM streams and things like that as well. So, might just be an issue with the switch or the temperature of the season. Okay, let's see if we can get a... Oh, yeah, so many ice creams. I do wonder, yeah, what the popularity is going to be. It feels like it's probably got to be so skewed towards ice cream in terms of popularity. But I don't know if it'll be like 80-20 or what. We'll see. Okay. Oh, man, this team is a high Splatfest power, which is never a good sign. Try to dip in. Quick, quick, quick. This is fun to do, but then I don't get as much turf, you know, on the way down so much because I'm focused on trying to get down there as quick as possible. But you do kind of want to rush the middle in these to make sure you're not missing out on holding down the center. Just kind of move along here and let that all go there so I can kind of get it easy. Trying to purposefully make the Tenta missiles, oh my gosh. Well, they jumped in right as I got my special. Trying to get the Tenta missiles to purposely splat down in different spots where you can easily ink it again is definitely a good strat. It's very tough for me to compete with these guys at this time, but I will try my best. Nope, didn't even... Thought I finished the one off and then I tried to avoid the inkjet, but that wasn't to be. Go, go, go! Alright, let me see. Yeah, the big issue is streaming and recording is so taxing. I can do one or the other, but my poor old computer can't handle both anymore, I think. Hopefully we will change that with a new one here soon. That's my goal. Ooh, oh, went right into there. Well, now I can see everything better. But this is a secret stream, or secret scene just for the people watching the stream. Go, go, go. Okay, let's try this again. And hope it works out. Go, nope. Why did I, yeah, I super jumped in, trying to give myself 2 seconds to do something outside of plane, but it wasn't to be. I'm not gonna super jump in anymore. Go, go, go. I'm gonna focus on trying to win this one instead of worrying about that. So that is where I'm pushing the tech. This other team, we're on team battles, right? So they seem like they know exactly what they're doing. Oh. Get out of here. Get out of here, Squid Kid. Fight. Well, better than getting splatted, I guess. I was like, if I don't get out of that one, that was so many dips and dives, then it was going to be a sad end. Let's see if we can stop this guy here. Man, this is not good battle. Ah, jeez. Jumping in to try to help my buddies out or try to get into the mix of it so quick is not paying off for me when they're so fast to just all swarm up on you. Go and get out of here. See if we can get the center in time enough to actually get some of this turf and maybe, I don't know. The secret match did probably not go in our favor, but we tried. Okay. Taking the tech issues in stride, but it is very tough to know what to do here. Let's see. I appreciate everyone bearing with me. And I'm Gonna try to get... Oh, we're still making our way. Yeah, our third of the way to the one. Okay, let's try this again and hope that it works. I'm gonna get a fresh team, though. Okay. Let's jump in and make a team. Also, I wonder if, yeah, I don't know if that would be a difference, but if you're playing a team match, I might be hosting the team, which is also gonna tax your internet a bit. So if I'm trying to record, stream, host, all that stuff, could be rough. Okay, Boy BJ, he sent a friend request. Thank you. I'll get to that soon, hopefully. And how's it going, Anthony? Not too good, but I'm trying my best to keep things going. Keep it rolling despite everything here. Well, Game Boy says, yeah, Arizona's like living in the devil's armpit. Yeah, that was my experience. I did go there briefly for a convention that was like a thing for Earthbound, Camp Fangamer, and that was fun, but being outside at all was not the best experience. Okay. Dualies are dodging my attacks as a roller. Any tips? I'd say, Matt, try to go for a wide flick instead of a vertical if you're worried about that, because they might be dodging to the side of your vertical flicks, and try to get in close to take them out that way. Man. Well, somebody's flipping out behind me. Look at these little... I think that's like a... not a rock climbing thing, because it's for riding your BMX bike through to simulate the rough terrain, I believe, but... Trying to think of what I can do here. I either have to, I think, pick one or the other. Do I want to be streaming, or do I want to be recording so that the video is better for later? And unfortunately, I feel like the trying to go with the video might be the way to go, because more people will be able to see that later on. So I do apologize, but we might have to end this a little early, and then we'll have like a secret bonus ending for anyone watching the video. As much as I love streaming, that's why I want to try to fix these computer issues, because as much as I love streaming with you guys, this wouldn't be an issue if I was just recording, unfortunately. So it can be frustrating when I want to do stuff for the, you know, to play with you guys, do more community related things, but when, you know, other people that are doing the Splatfest, if they just recorded, they're not going to have to deal with any of this stuff, most likely. Anyways, let's focus on trying to win with what we got going, I guess. Careful now. Ah, nope. Chips got me. Okay, after this match, I think we might have to swap over, and we'll have the video for everyone who wants to see the last bit. I know it'll be a little sad, but I appreciate everyone who stuck with me, and I do apologize. I don't think the lag is affecting you guys very much. It's affecting me, where it's down to like 25 frames per second from 60, so I cannot play very well, and I've never been the best player at this game anyways, so you can only imagine how much of a handicap this is putting on me to try to play against people who are already really good at the game with the way this is going. Jeez. Thought I had mine, but that was other people's. Nope. Chips is just, he's really rubbing it in. Alright. Well, this will be a stream bonus match as I finish up here, and then the rest is going to be on the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I apologize. I appreciate everyone who's here with me and watching later on as well. Man, let's see if we can push in. This is a team battle, right? Yeah, so see if we can throw them off. This is, again, one of those maps where if you're trying to... now I'm playing a little better with the increased frame rate. This is one of those maps where if you're really trying to mind certain areas, you're going to get snuck around on, and they are just going to cover so much turf behind your back. Nope, I ran out of ink, and I didn't die, but there we go. Okay, thanks again, and the stream's going to end here, but the video will continue later. I will see you guys later. Yeah, that was wrong. For some better matches. And I'll see you. Yeah, thanks. Thanks one last time. Just an extra thanks, because I know this is rough. Okay, goodbye.